Snark Tank. You're about to get your ears glazed by the great Chris Raygun, Derek Blackman, and Tom Sweeney. Sit back and prepare for some action. Sit back and prepare for some glazing glory.
Hello, everybody. Hi. Welcome to the Snark Tank Podcast. It's me, your host, Chris. It's him, Derek. Sweeney is gone. He's being, ravaged in Costa Rica. He's getting his appendix stolen. He's going to come back looking thin, but wrong.
Right. If you've played Far Cry 3, like, you kind of have an idea what's going on with him right now. So
Yeah. He was on the plane with Voss, actually. But we're joined by a very special guest, our buddy over here, the Act Man. Look at him. He's in his Luigi hat.
Look at us with the Luigi hats.
We
came prepared, but somebody didn't. So,
someone didn't get the memo.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
You know what's disappointing about this is, like, we did a stream over on Sacred for the State of Play today, and everybody was wearing sunglasses, and I had some to contribute, and so we all just did the stream in sunglasses like a bunch of assholes.
Oh, good.
And now it's happening again.
Yeah.
But with Luigi hats, I was underprepared. I did not expect to require the Luigi hat.
Mario would have sufficed, or Wario.
Anything.
Look more like a Waluigi kind of guy, though. Let's be real.
Well, I wish I was that tall. That'd be nice.
Don't we all?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I don't even know. Like, there's so obviously, we're all gamer nerds here, and it's been, I don't know, man. I don't know how you feel about it, because we haven't really talked in a hot minute. But like, I feel like this year's kind of crazy. I mean, the last couple of years, honestly, have been kind of like wildly good in my opinion. Like, as far as like just kind of sleeper out of nowhere hits. Like, obviously, Elden Ring was the big one that kind of kicked everything off. But like this year, like I just saw Hades 2. What is it?
Oh yeah,
is getting like 10s and perfect scores. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, and then Silk Song finally comes out in Expedition 33. I played a bit of Expedition 33. Yeah, I think this year's been pretty cracked. Yeah. Also, I'm still big into Helldivers 2, and the new updates they came out with for that. Like, it sometimes makes it feel like a brand new game, you know? So
yeah,
in this world, I don't know how often you guys stick with a game. Because, like, I do the gaming videos, I kind of have to keep moving on to the next thing.
Right.
But I always make time for Helldivers 2.
I haven't played it in a while. I really loved it. When it first came out, I was on it every fucking day for hours.
You were doing your part.
I was doing my part. I was doing my part. I loved it, dude. And even at the time, I was like, this is like an ODST game. This is sick.
Yeah, and then they had the Halo collab. Did you check it out then?
I didn't, because there was so much. Dude, I have to play for the show.
Take that hat off. You can't even.
Listen, I did buy it. I haven't played it yet, but I did buy. I did buy the pass.
Yeah.
So I did my part.
You contributed. You made a donation to the Helldivers Super Pack.
To the Super Pack.
Okay, the Freedom Pack.
But
gotcha.
I don't know. Like, I feel like that game came out of nowhere too. Like, I remember when that game was first shown, I thought, I was like, this is gonna suck.
Yeah. Really?
Like, it just looked. Yeah, because like the trailers they showed for it were just like, I don't know, they were trying too hard, it felt like. And then whenever they showed it before it came out, it was always running at like 27 frames per second. Like, they showcased it in like a completely fucked way.
Yeah.
Like, it's very clear that they had no idea that game was going to be as big as it was, because they were too busy trying to make Concord or whatever.
Dude, looking at the games that have come out this year, it is pretty cracked. Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yeah. I still have not played that one.
Mario Kart World.
Do you have a Switch 2? Have you?
Yeah, Nintendo sent me one.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Damn. Nice.
Well, through like my agency, they were like, yeah, can you just post they said, what was it? What was the phrase? They used some weird terminology I've never heard from a sponsor before, but it was like
chill.
Yeah, it was very chill. Basically, they just wanted like a tweet, a post, or like a short. And, all these people were posting like, I got the Switch too. Hell yeah. And then my picture was like me holding a N64 box with the Switch 2 box like slightly in the like far in the background. I was like, I just got the new Nintendo console.
And they were fine with that?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a time on YouTube where like pretty well early on is relative, I guess, because early on would be fucking, I don't even know, like Smosh lip syncing to Pokemon, but like early on, I guess in like this new era or whatever, where like I remember sponsors would have like an ad read, or they would have like a copy, and it used to be like you could kind of do whatever, and then I remember at a certain point it started getting really specific. Like I remember Raycon. At a certain point, they were like, "Don't mention Ray J anymore, please."
Yeah,
Don't, or like they would be like, "Don't mention Kim Kardashian. Don't mention this or whatever." And I'm like, okay.
I had to rework a few because of that.
Yeah. And I don't know. I haven't kept up with it really, because a lot of our stuff is fan funded now. But it's just like, I just remember it getting a lot less fun.
Yeah,
to do them, because there were so much more guardrails on everything, and they would just be like, I remember for Dollar Shave, like I remember I asked them, like one of the earliest ones that I did, I was so happy with it. It was just like, can I threaten to use these as a weapon and like attack my roommate with them? And they were like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, those are the best
I feel like
ones.
I feel like no shot would that be like, if I asked that like now or something for a similar company, I feel like they would be like, let's keep it a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah, the thing that annoyed me about all that stuff is they're concerned, right? They want as many impressions for their product as possible, which doesn't always translate to sales. I think clever tactics is more of like, there are people that are going to support just because like, oh, this was really dope. And I saw it even when because I'm one of the rare people that actually played. It was my first Gacha game. Raid Shadow Legends I was like one of the only people that I was like, all right, what the fuck is this about? I love turn-based RPGs. I love dark fantasy. And then I was like, everything outside of the predatory gacha shit is actually pretty cool. And I was getting advertisements from them, but actually playing the game. And then after a while, they were like, well, we want you to do very specific stuff and blah, blah, this and that. And I was like, hey, I guarantee you, since I'm actually playing this fucking game, I can get people in this game and they'll stay. So the retention will be there. But they were like, well, no, we want to it didn't work. And then after a while, they kind of like moved on to people that had like way larger that don't play the game at all. Like, collabing with not Mr. Beast, Ninja and shit like that. But point being that one of my favorite ad reads would be, I'd listen to the Come Town podcast, and it was a disaster every time they would read it, but they got like the green light because people started actually listening to the entire ads.
They don't know what works.
They're stupid.
Yeah. Like a lot of companies. Like I remember, like there was a famous Norm Macdonald used to have a podcast, and he did these like ads for this like grill grate that would go over your grill. They were called the Man Grate, and he just shat all over it. And they loved it. Like the audience loved it. They would actually like, I guarantee you that ad sold way more Man Grates than whatever, like an authentic, like I remember some company would ask me, is like, can you say exactly what the percentage of money they're saving is? It's like, they don't care about that shit, man. Nobody wants to listen to like
people
numbers.
Just don't want to be fed stuff in like a boring, like detached sort of way where it's like whatever creator they're watching feels like they're not being genuine or honest. And if you're putting effort into like ad reads and stuff, people can feel that. They can kind of feel the authenticity. I always fight for that whenever I do like sponsorships and stuff, and most of them are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, dude,
maybe it's turned around a little bit, because I remember getting like weirdly strict.
I technically think it's worse because what I still see that there's you got to put it a few minutes, usually now a minute after, because I would always put mine in the front, just get out of the way, right? Get out of the way. This is what's up. And now I feel like it's getting so bad that YouTube implemented a jump ahead button. It's now intuitive.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't you noticed that?
That's like devastating for advertisers, which I don't give a shit personally, but it's actually a pretty great tool. I was like, oh, this is fucking sweet.
Well, it's gotta be, viewership has to be in the hands of the viewer, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so like there are times when I would put like timestamps and I would mark the sponsorship and the ad read, and I would do that, and sometimes sponsors would be like, "Hey, can you take that out? It makes it too easy to skip it."
I've had people do that to me too.
But I would keep it like that for about like 12 hours because, I post a video, I got the sponsor done, I'm all good, I can fuck off and do real life stuff. So I would just kind of like wait until a good chunk of my audience could watch, and then I'd get rid of it because they asked me to.
Right.
Yeah,
man. I definitely have you been? I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to YouTube. I've been paying attention to YouTube a lot more because I was interested in experimenting and getting back into it because since we do the podcast, that's my job. Yeah. I abandoned YouTube essentially, but I'm now doing some stuff. One thing in particular, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but there are a bunch of, we talked about this on the podcast before. There's a bunch of channels just popping up, and it's on the political side where it's just a first name, last name, and they have a profile that looks like a LinkedIn avatar. Really? And they're getting a stupid amount of views. And I'm very curious, like, why is this happening? And if it is purely algorithmically responsible. So I started my own where it's like Rick Blackman and I'm wearing a button up and a tie. And I just posted like a couple videos on it, and I'm experimenting right now, but I'm starting to see these weird shifts that are happening. And then a plethora of history channels that are just AI, but a lot of people are too stupid to notice. So the voice sounds real. And
oh my God,
it's fucking crazy, man. Like
the AI shit is so egregious. Like crazy. I don't even know what the hell I was. I think I was like trying to look up. I was playing through Metal Gear Solid Delta again. I was like trying to beat it with like no kills or something. There was like a non-lethal playthrough of MGS Delta basically. And I was trying, pacifist run of Metal Gear, which sounds insane, but. Because you could just tranquilize people and like they'll fall into they'll fall into like a river and clearly drown, and it just like it doesn't count.
Yeah,
I love it. It's
you only shot the tranquilizer. Everything after that was nature taking its course.
Right.
Yeah, that's God and gravity.
Yep.
There's nothing. That's nothing
not
left.
you.
It's not you. You can also shoot the explosive barrels, and it also doesn't count.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I found that out kind of recently, and I was just like, oh my God. That's so but I was looking up because I was trying to find those fucking collectibles because they're unreasonably hidden in that game, and I'm just like, I'm not looking for these normally. Like you can't make me do this. And so I looked up like some tutorial video or whatever, and I was like, oh, okay, here it is. And it's just clearly an AI. It's clearly an AI thing.
Where some guy stole the tutorial from someone who actually wrote it and like repurposed it. It's crazy you bring that up. I posted a video on my second channel like yesterday. I just titled it AI has finally saved gaming because Microsoft announced like Microsoft Gaming Copilot. And in this in this article they posted, it was basically just like, instead of looking up a guide online of someone who's showing you how to get past this or how to fix this glitch or how to get this achievement, it's like, Hey Siri, can you show me my achievements? And it's like, but dog, you can already just look at your achievements. Just press like 3 buttons, man.
Yeah.
It's like
too many buttons, man.
It's like everything they talked about in this, like, what the gaming Copilot can do for you. It's either like summarizing someone else's work or providing a solution for something that you can just do way easier, like manually.
Anything to avoid interacting with the thing that you bought, I guess.
Yeah.
Or
it's just
other
like
people. I mean, because it's like, what's the alternative? Oh, you would go to some gaming website and you would read someone's article and generate like a click for them on there. You would generate traffic there. Or you would, God forbid, you watch some guy who does like funny playthroughs or guides or something, right? And maybe you leave a like on his video. No. Just cut out the middleman. It's all robots now.
Yeah, dude, it's great. What gave it away is because the guy kept talking about Kojima.
Oh yeah.
And I just remember being like, "Oh my God, Kojima. This is fucking AI,
dude."
No one in the world would say Kojima. Are you kidding?
I just experienced that last night.
Glazer.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Dude, last night I just experienced that, but it was MMA. It was an MMA channel. It was like, it's supposed to be some MMA history channel, and then like, this video about this movie about the Smashing Machine, The Rock playing him. and it's coming out pretty soon. So people are making videos about that. And I was like, oh, a documentary about dude, I want to watch it. And then it sounds like a real fucking person, right? Very breathy and shit. But then every single name was pronounced weird. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And I saw the channel has only been around for like 3 months. And I'm like, fucking hell, dude.
Oh, they got you.
They got me. I was like, this is crazy. And I supported this bitch by watching like a good amount, like 10 minutes or something of it until I was like, okay, I can forgive like 1 or 2 names, but it was fucking every name that was like not English, which is, like, I was like, okay.
Most.
Yeah. I was just like, fuck this, man.
It's rough, dude. I don't even know how you navigate AI stuff, because it's just like, I never thought in a million years I would miss like the dude who like, okay, here's a game tutorial. Here's how to do this. And it's like a fucking horrible webcam pointed at the TV. And it's some guy with like a vaguely Indian accent, but not quite. And he's like really poorly explaining it. I never thought in a million years I would miss that in comparison to this. It's like top 10 Kojima games.
Oh,
number 10, Metal Gear.
Well, I think people enjoy imperfections.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's more relatable, but not the type of imperfections where it's like Kojima, where it's like you can't really understand the reason why that would be messed up on. Whereas if it's like some 360p like shitty pre-Elgato gameplay tutorial, or like Gears of War tips and tricks or something, and it's just the worst fucking quality, you can barely tell what you're looking at. Like you get the sense someone made that. Yeah. And for a time it was more useful, and now its use is like looking back and being like, oh man, those were different times.
Yeah. Back when people were, well, back when the majority of the internet wasn't robots, I guess, because I'm pretty sure that's the case now. Like I'm almost 100% certain that like, I'm pretty sure over 50% of internet users are just completely like,
wasn't it like 80% on Twitter now are bots? Something like that.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Dude, my message requests are ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh,
like
especially
every second there's like a new like tons. It's almost like climbing the fucking ladder in MGS3, where it's just like, how much longer could this possibly go on?
How long is this song?
Have you guys been getting any ridiculous. Of the it's women, like they're obviously they're bots, but they're actually acting, they have some human characteristics like spelling errors and shit. I don't know if you've experienced that. So, because I turned my inbox off because of all of the bots and shit I was getting and all the Korean language and weird shit I was getting. I was like, all right, this is enough. Because every once in a while, I was like, oh, there might be a listener or viewer that sends something interesting, because that would happen.
Yeah, I used to check it for that.
Yeah, and so that would happen.
No, perfect.
And like, so it's fucked. But now if they have a check mark, which these bots are getting these check marks, so you can message anybody, even if it's turned off. So I've been getting a handful every once in a while. They'll say something like, oh, remember me type of a thing. And then they'll use like a spelling error, and there'll be like a correction with the asterisk and shit. So it seems really personable and real. And I was like, dude, lonely men are fucked.
Oh, yeah.
They're fucked.
Okay. So I just checked mine.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, because of my name is the Act Man.
Yeah.
They'll think my first name is the.
Yeah.
So you into Asian girls? Is it okay if I message you the?
I
think we have that on the Snark Tank Twitter page. I think like if you check the messages on there,
probably I have to check the DMs on there. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah,
hey,
it's just all like,
really respect what you're doing. Are you open to paid collabs?
Oh yeah, of course.
I love those emails. The one where it's just like, we love your content about insert like vague thing here that you talked about.
We just love what you're doing. Yeah, no, it's very interesting, right? Like, because I mean, we talked about it a little bit before we were recording, but we all kind of been around a long time relative to YouTube years.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys watch Tierzoo.
Yeah,
he posted
every now and again.
He posted a video on like this new channel Zir2, and it was like, and I think the title was something like the average YouTube career is 9 years, and that got me thinking about like my own mortality and like how interests change and shift, and how you kind of like adapt or die. And sometimes it's like, oh, but these old fundamentals that I had that worked for so long, well, I can't abandon those, or, you know, I gotta stick with what works. But it's just kind of interesting having to think about, oh, I actually do have to try and adapt. I can't get so full of myself that I'm like, oh no, I got this game figured out.
Yeah, you can't rest on your laurels if you want, especially if you want to do the same, if you want to keep the same kind of thing going, you know, like it's, when did your channel start?
So I made the channel in like 2013, but I posted my first video in 2015. But then I took like I was like working. So I was in college and I was doing like video production, editing classes, and I was just kind of feeling it out before I really started putting stuff out there. It wasn't until 2016 where I made like a solid push. I think I remember getting like a little over 1,000 subs in 2 months, and I was like, oh my god, I made it. And then I checked my analytics after I got my channel monetized. And the first day, guess how much money I made the first day I was monetized?
Oh man, I'm trying to remember.
I would say $3.
Okay, we got $3, Chris.
No, because they wouldn't pay you unless you made over 100. So like, I feel like
no, not the paycheck. How much the channel made. Just the first day it was monetized.
I don't know. I wouldn't even be able to. I'm just
take a wild
curious. 6 cents.
6 cents. All right.
And I was like, what? This is actually gonna, like, it was the tiniest little bit, but the potential was there.
Potential was there.
Yeah.
That was me in like 2013, before I was even posting really. I was just posting frequently. It was a bunch of garbage. But like, I saw like I had like $6 or something. I was like, ooh. I can't get that $6 until it gets to 100 or whatever, because I think that's what it used to be, like AdSense. I don't know if it's still that.
I imagine it's still the same.
But yeah, dude, like I that's so funny, because if you started really pushing in 2015, I for sure saw like your earliest stuff. Like at
2016, I had like if I checked my videos, I'm pretty sure the very first video I did was June 2015, and then I wouldn't start like really posting. I mean, I posted like some Halo 5 funny clip shit, like just trying it out. And
what's the I'm certain the first thing I saw of yours was you eviscerating Halo 5. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that was
fairly certain.
There was a few of those videos, and then I think I remember I tapped the well dry, sort of, not because I was like, oh, this is what's getting views and all that, but it was like,
you said all you had to say.
I said all I had to say, and then I was thinking to myself, I was like, dude, I don't want to just be the guy who complains about Halo channel, right? Like,
yeah.
I feel like there's so many other creators that get started as guy who complains about things, and then that becomes their whole shtick, and they never like break out of that.
Their issue is a lot of people at that point. I feel like people don't understand what happens. Where like I think if you make a career out of like complaining about things, or just however you want to put it, you're going to find things to complain about everywhere.
Yeah.
Like
because you have to.
You have to.
Because you have to. There's like a financial like imperative that like I have to find something. And I
this
remember when I
is
started
besides, like,
feeling that way.
Sort of gimmick that channels like Angry Joe or Angry Video Game Nerd or I Hate Everything or Your Movie Sucks. Like this is besides those types of where the creative focus is on this I hate something, but it's much more than just that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like the daily, like the thing to me was like where people would like on a daily basis, they would have like 5 videos about new things to complain about. I'm like, I don't even understand. I don't have that many opinions about anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, how are you finding a way? Because I have a lot of opinions, but they could be a tweet. You know what I mean? They could be like 2 sentences. They don't need to be like 10-minute and 1-second videos.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Dude, the way that I circumvented that was I started Twitter trash series, but it was fun though, because there's never a shortage of people saying dumb shit, and it was just making fun of that, but it wasn't in the way of this is popular, how can I shit on it? Because I never wanted to do that personally. And I remember seeing the there was the communities that I was kind of rolling with that were just bitching about things that were actually annoying, and then people who were just grifting. And I started to see them converge, and that was when I was like, I'm fucking out of here.
Converged and coalesced.
Yeah, dude.
Morphed into
the great convergence, we call it.
Yeah. It was fucking trash. I remember the biggest thing for me was there was two big things. The first beat was people complaining about Batwoman on CW. And I was like, bro, who the fuck, like, no one watches CW shows, like all these grown ass men. I'm like, this isn't for me. This is for fucking CW? Like 12-year-olds. So there's the CW had like Supernatural. It had on,
what does that stand for, those?
I actually don't know what's
Caucasian white. I don't know, dude.
Oh hell yeah! Oh, I should check it out.
It was just like if you ever watch any of those CW shows, I mean, hey, more power to you. But like as an older male, none of those shows appealed to me. Like Arrow was on there for a little bit, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. But then it settled into being, it's like, oh, love triangles and relationship shit that I was like, it's like a drama, and they stopped choreographing really as much as it's like. I know what this is.
I need to ask this.
What happened?
Because I know you've seen it, Derek.
Oh, I know what you're gonna ask.
Oh no.
There's an episode. Is it from?
It's
Flash,
from Flash. It's from the Flash.
So have you, dude? Have you seen the episode or the clip from the episode of the Flash where Gorilla Grodd goes back in time to kill Barack Obama in college?
It doesn't even sound real. Whatever words, whatever sentence just came out of your mouth, I don't know. You're just fucking with me.
I swear to God,
is it something you can screen share or?
I mean, I can send you. I'll send you the link. I'll send it to you on Discord, dude. It is fucking great. Like that was a real that entire network was just kind of nonsense.
It was wacky. But, it was wacky in general, and that's why
it was young adult. It was young adult TV for like 100%.
And to find all of those people that that are even around my age, I'm 37. So back then, right, early 30s or whatever the fuck, people complaining about Batwoman. I was like, nigga, you're not gonna watch 1 second of this. Why are you complaining about it? I know you're not gonna watch it. And
I feel like most people, when you watch or play something that you really just don't like you just like that's the end of it. 100%. This wasn't for me. I'm moving on. But there's a whole there's rage bait farms.
The rage bait is what, like, because I even empathize with people finding something that they watch that they hate so much that they want to talk about it extensively.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But
that's fun.
But
Halo
but
show,
to have
man.
that, oh dude, I don't even,
exactly.
I can't even begin. But
yes, exactly.
But to have one of those every week, man.
Yeah,
that's the thing to me. Is just like, I don't know, man. That seems
draining.
like a miserable.
Yeah,
it seems like a miserable existence.
It's got to be.
So,
it's got to be.
That's
why a lot of those people a lot of them are falling off. And interesting enough that we're talking to you right now. I think the catalyst for the downfall was legitimately that Andy Pants Gaming guy. Like it was too inauthentic to where people are like, all right, dude, this is enough is enough.
I gotta know something about that. I sent you the clip, by the way, of Gorilla Grodd versus Barack Obama.
You can't forget about that.
Gorilla Grodd.
The name of this video is insane because it's not even a lie.
What does it say? Yeah.
It's Gorilla Grodd versus Barack Obama, but it's not clickbait or a shitpost. It's real.
Like from
that sounds awesome.
Fan favorite Flash TV series.
Yeah. Dude, it's fucking insane. But
what were you saying?
But no, that Andy Pants Gaming guy, is that a real guy? I still don't know what to make of that.
No,
person.
He's not real, right?
No, well,
so here's the thing.
Like the persona.
Me and a couple other guys, we did some investigative research. Now I had planned to do like a big exposed video, but it like ballooned in scope, and it was one of those things where it's like, oh, I've done a bunch of work on it. I'll get back to it. I got to focus on something else. I need to get something up on the main channel. Then I never really got back to it. Things kind of.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But like, my goal was to basically expose him as, the fraud that he was, and that he didn't really believe any of the shit that he was saying. Here's all the evidence, right? Because, he was like shitting on me for being a corporate shill. But if you go to his Xbox channel, legit like 200 community posts on his channel praising Starfield. Every single day, a new community post. And when I brought this up in the debate, went back to his channel, all deleted. all gone, all deleted.
I didn't know that.
No, there's so much lore, but I think it was like, I thought this guy was satirical at first, or that he was like being a caricature, a parody, because
that's what I thought.
He was saying I was a gay woke communist who's being paid off by the satanic pedophiles that run Activision, and it was just like, it's too perfect. Yeah. But the thing is, like, no, what was interesting about him is he had older channels where he actually posted like real videos that were pretty decent, a bit lacking personality and charm, but just kind of like your standard run of the mill video essays that were decent. And he tried skits, and we found his old Facebook pages, and we basically mapped out his like content metamorphosis over time. And I think he just got so fed up with not being successful. He was like, well, what's the easiest way to gain an audience? I'll just say everything's gay and woke and yeah,
literally.
But yeah, I think that debate was just like, it's one thing if you have legitimate criticism of someone, but like there's enough about me to criticize that you don't have to make up a bunch of random bullshit. At least that's how I feel. And I still feel that I still believe the idea that we should all be able to hate each other and coexist on here, right? Because we're all entertainers at the end of the day. Like, why you got to take shit so seriously?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, because I remember like when I first saw him, I was just like, this can't be real, dude. Like, it's just like, because it's so perfectly, like, the formula is like it's exactly what I would do.
Yeah.
Like, if I just didn't care. We actually did. We went a couple of months ago, maybe it was a year ago at this point, we made like kind of grifting channels, like fake ones, just to see. And I posted a video. I can't remember what the fucking video was about that I posted. I don't think it was Concord, but it was something like that.
It was around the when the Veilguard came out, because I remember that's when I
it was Veilguard. That's right. It was the Veilguard. It was talking about the Canary and how they made him woke and gay. And I got a completely new channel, completely like no SEO or nothing. 20,000 views in like a day or something. And I was just like, oh,
that's so funny.
Yeah. I deleted it like a couple months. I think I deleted it like 2 months. Yeah, because I wasn't gonna keep up with it. Like, it's insane.
Yeah,
but I was just like, man, but it's insane that it worked.
I did have a pretty funny video idea where it would be like it'd be like a satirical top 10 woke games list. Or top 10 anti-woke games or something like that.
Sure, yeah.
But the idea would be to just like take games and then rename them and then come up with a premise for them. So like Galo, gender evolved. All I have right now are titles. Liberal Watch 2.
Oh, there we go.
Leftists May Cry.
Okay. I thought it was going to be Leftists for Dead. I thought
that's pretty good too.
Batman Progressive Asylum.
Let's go. So stupid.
Yeah, right. Metal Dick Solid 4, Cucks of the Patriots.
All right, there we go.
Nice.
The Epstein Scrolls 4, Oblivion.
Ooh, I'd play that. I'd play that.
I like it.
I'd play that, dude.
Yo, that is insane. The Epstein Scrolls.
And then instead of the Dead Space remake, it'd be the Safe Space remake.
Ooh, okay.
Safe Space is
That's
good.
a good one.
Yeah. And the whole premise of the Safe Space remake, of course, is you play as Isaac Clarke, a non-binary engineer who's trying to find a gender-neutral bathroom amidst the USG Ishimura, which is filled with white supremacists and which is cultural appropriation, of course, because it is. You see where I could go with this video concept? You could fucking
I love that idea.
Yeah,
because those are all absolutely real things that people have said. Like, that's what's like. I'm sure Safe Space is what someone has called
100%.
Yeah.
Like 1,000,000%.
And then instead of Deus Ex, we have Gaius Sex, gender divided.
Gaius Sex. I like that. That's good.
Gaius Ex. Have you played the original Deus Ex?
No, I haven't. I've used some of the soundtracks as background music in videos because I don't know how you guys do background music in videos, but there's like you have like your handful of songs where you're like, okay, if I don't know what to put here, these tracks will work no matter what is being said.
Yeah.
And there's some of those in Deus Ex, but
dude, yeah, Deus Ex has a great. I played it for the first time like I think a couple months ago, and I fucking loved it.
The first one,
Yeah, the first one. I
bet it has that really cool old school RPG charm that like Knights of the Old Republic has, or Fallout 1 and 2, where it's like
100%.
The game doesn't really hold your hand, and there's some hidden bullshit, or you can maybe fuck up your save file somehow in like irreparable ways by just choosing the wrong thing.
Yeah, if I was in a different mood on the day that I played it, like if I had played it even like maybe a day earlier or a day later, there's a pretty good chance I might have even not liked it at all. But for some reason I played it and I was open to it. I didn't really know how to play the game until like 3 missions in, and then it clicked. But it's just like, it's a good ass fucking video game.
Yeah, and there's just the UNATCO theme. If you listen to that, you listen to the UNATCO theme, it's so good.
Yeah, no, it's good. I think the idea that I would have almost about like that video is like, I wonder if there's a way to make it so like you could because it is so, what is considered, woke or sexist or whatever is so nebulous at this point that like I almost wonder if you could take certain games that like,
yes,
like if you could make Dead Space sound like a broy, like, you know what I mean? Like the exact opposite of like, oh, there's no gender neutral bathrooms.
I feel like you could spin it either way, right? You could do Safe Space remake, but you're the one chud who's fighting off all these deformed trans people, right? Right.
Right. And they are literally trans people technically.
Yeah,
they have transformed.
Yeah.
They're
or you could be the lone a trans person or whatever, non-binary, trying to find the bathroom, right? So you could spin it whichever way. Epstein scrolls, right?
That's a hard one to spin.
No, but I feel like there's a way, right? You become part of the Thieves Guild as you try to track down the Epstein scrolls to expose Uriel Septim.
Uriel Septim's absolutely on those logs. Like the second you beat him for the first time and he clearly looks like a demon. I'll never forget like that zoom in the first time I played Oblivion a long ass time ago. It made me put the game down for 20 years.
What?
I never played through the original Oblivion. I couldn't do it.
When did you play it?
I played it like maybe 2006 at like my cousin's house. And he had just got it, and he was like, "Check this out." And he handed me the controller because he wanted to show it to me. And I did that first section. And it zoomed in on fucking Emperor Uriel's face, and he looks so fucked.
And you're like, "Nope."
That I was like, "I can't."
That's crazy.
I can't do this, man. I don't know. I don't know if I could do it.
Crazy opinion. I mean, granted,
awesome.
Yeah, even back then it kind of looked bad, like. But you go outside. I remember I have this just vivid memory of going to a buddy's house in my neighborhood when I was growing up. He was a year older, and he got the 360 before anyone else. And I remember seeing Oblivion for the first time because I had played Morrowind, and Morrowind's even more scuffed.
Oh, sure.
And then you see Oblivion, and it's like, what? There's like a marker where you're telling you where you're supposed to go. You don't just run around like a dipshit. And the graphics. Oh, I remember looking at Oblivion for the first time, being like, "This is
comparatively, yeah."
You guys ever have that moment? Like, I had another moment like that in Halo 2. There's like just that moment where your brain is like, "I got to remember this. This. I'm seeing something really cool." There's this exact shot in Halo 2 in the first mission when Arbiter's being led out of the chamber and Truth is saying, the weight of your heresy will stay your feet. And there's this one shot where he's walking down away and he's flanked by 2 brutes. And I just remember thinking, that looks like a movie. That looks like a movie, dude.
Yeah. No, I think, man, I'm sure the first time that I remember being shocked by what I was seeing and I can't believe this is a video game was Fight Night in 2005. Like that first Fight Night was like, I can't believe how real this fucking looks.
I'm not familiar.
Like this.
Did you at least play the Oblivion remaster though?
I played it. I liked it a lot actually, but I didn't get far into it because, dude.
Well, you saw him again, and you're like, nope, not good.
No, he looks way better now. He's well, in fairness, I do want to give some context. I think like back in that time, specifically that, and to be fair, this is true of me still to this day. Yeah. I'm really fixated on games that control well, and like the game feel of something matters more to me than like story or really anything. Like everything else is a nice bonus, but I can cozy up with like a 2D side scroller with no story at all and really love it. Like, and that's fine. But like at the time that I played Oblivion, I had already played like so many other first person games that felt so good in comparison. It was the same way I felt about Mass Effect 1 when I first played it in 2006 as well, where I was just like, this is not. Or not 2006, maybe like 2007.
You played it when it came out? I don't remember that.
I played a little bit of it when it came out, and I was like, this. I just played Gears of War, dude. This feels like dog ass.
Sure.
And it ran at like 20 frames per second. I was like, I can't do it, man. So like there were a lot of RPGs. I didn't get into RPGs until probably, I think Fable 2 was maybe the first time that it like scratched that I realized something was there that I liked. But then Skyrim was like the thing that kind of popped it open for me. And then I went back and played all those other things.
What about
the
first
understanding.
Fable?
I didn't play the first Fable until after Fable 2 because I didn't have, I didn't know what the fuck it was.
Yeah, you were a PlayStation guy growing up.
Yeah, I think so. Primarily, like PS1, PS2 for Budokai and Tenkaichi and all that stuff. Like I was all over that machine.
Okay,
and
you
so
still
Xbox
had taste back then. Okay, I'll let it slide.
But no, I just couldn't get into RPGs until later. Like it clicked with me a lot later.
No, my brother, such a huge absolute nerd. So I got lucky that he's just like 3 years older than me. So he almost forced me to play whatever he was fucking playing. And I'm glad he did that because then it like, okay, he had like Chrono Trigger. And I was like, oh, this is actually really cool. He gave me this one game, Vagrant Story, that I was like, I don't know, this guy looks gay. I don't care. But then when I started playing it, I was fascinated. And then when I finally played Fallout 3 and like the VAT system, I was like, dude, this is like fucking Vagrant Story. It was like it felt so good, like that, like somebody had like an idea where you can just target these points and shit. And I was like, I'm so fascinated with that shit. And that's how I like anything that's like that. I immediately gravitate towards it. And even if it's shit, I'll still kind of like, I'll give it a try. And fast forwarding all the way to Expedition 33, it's like, oh, cool. We got like some sort of deep RPG with some turn-based shit. I'm glad that a lot of people liked it, man, because it's one of my favorite genres of like just anything that's remotely close to that.
Any RPG that is like action-oriented or not just entirely like turn-based games can be fun, but I feel like you need something else, right? Whether it's like Fire Emblem, where yes, it's turn-based, but there is like some math, some chance, some bit of strategy, and I love the whole like positioning and like you control an army sort of thing.
Sure,
stuff like that. Yeah. And like Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door is one of my personal favorites. So like the idea of RPG, but with action commands, button prompts, and stuff like that. That's why a lot of my buddies were recommending Expedition 33 because they were like, it's like kind of like Paper Mario. I was like, shut the fuck up. I got to see this.
Have you ever played do you know Sea of Stars?
I feel like I've heard of it, but I don't think I'm familiar.
It's somewhat recent. It's in the last like 3. It's somewhat similar where there's like real time elements to this turn based combat. I'm like, this is. I was never into turn based at all. I always like wrote that shit off. And to be fair, like I still kind of do. Like I'm just like I want to play the game. I don't like the feeling of like in turn based games. It always feels like I'm telling a cool character to do something cool versus I'm the cool character doing a cool thing.
Literally, and there's Pokemon.
There's like a separation there for me that I'm just like I can't quite get over it. But Expedition 33 with that like the parrying and shit is like this is exactly.
Oh yeah, parrying and dodging.
This is so fucking good.
A lot more engaging. I get it. Yeah, I guess the way that I always thought of like turn based was more of a I get it's cliche to say, but like chess, and that was my like it was just way like, because when I played chess, when I played back in the day, I'm like, this is kind of fucking boring versus now spicing it up with characters and interesting stuff. And really just getting a little rush of like a little hit of dopamine when I'm mapping out my attacks in advance of like, okay, so here's the situation. Yeah. I need to do this to maximize the outcome, and then seeing it play out. And there's some games have prompts, like they'll have like a timer in the corner, and the timer will stop when the match is over, essentially. And if you haven't executed the move yet, and like you execute the move, and a few series play out still, but the timer has stopped, you already know you finished. Like you're like, fuck yeah, everything. Whether it being like some type of effect that like does like an app, like a poison damage or something that like kills them eventually or something, like mapping it out. And it's so satisfactory to have that domino effect, and it's stuff like that, the payoff of those things. But yeah, that is the right way to think about it. Probably. I can't break out of that, of just feeling.
You guys ever play Divinity Original Sin 2?
No, I've been told to play that a bunch. I haven't played it.
So I never beat Baldur's Gate 3. I probably put less than like 15, 20 hours into it, because I think it just reminded me that I prefer Divinity Original Sin 2 more. But that whole like domino effect and mapping it out, what you're talking about, oh my God, that game is so good, because you can basically like combine elements. Like if there's, part of the map is wet and like an enemy is standing on it, you can call down like a thunderstorm and shock the water. And if you run, if you move past the water, you take damage. And it's like, it's turn-based, but you can map things out, and your characters get multiple actions, right? If there's like oil barrels, you can throw fireballs over there and explode, and it just blasts all over the place. But some enemies regain health from fire, and some take damage. Like undead enemies heal from poison damage, as opposed to, and they take damage from like healing spells. So all that shit is super cool. I would 100% recommend that to anybody who's like an RPG fan.
Right.
And it's also, one last thing I'll say about it, it is one of the only games I've ever played that has a second person type narrative to it.
Oh, what do you mean?
So like your character, while there's conversations between you and other characters and your companions, whatnot, the narrator is second person. So whenever he's describing like what your character is doing, there's an element of imagination to it. It's like you walk into this cave and discover, you smell death and decay, and then there might be some weird mosquito lady. Like I remember this vivid part of the game where you walk into this cave and there's all these like dead black roses, and some like she's like, she might be hot, and she's like trying to seduce you, and if you let her, it's like she sticks her tongue in your mouth, and as you feel bugs like flying down your throat, stinging you, and then once the battle starts, you take like poison damage or something. So shit like that's really cool.
That is crazy. Yeah. You're the first person I've talked to like me, where I put about 20 hours into Baldur's Gate 3, and I liked it. I didn't have a bad time with it, but I didn't continue. For whatever reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I know, by the way, that it was unequivocally the game of the year that year. Mm-hmm. Like, I understood, like, as I was playing, I was like, oh, I understand why this would be the game.
There's a certain kind of pressure to a game like that, where there's so many different options and so much chance, and you feel like you don't want to miss something, or you don't want to fuck it up. And that pressure of like, oh God, what if I make the wrong decision? Or I don't want to look up a guide, or this is so complex and there's so much going on. It can kind of turn you off a bit. Even though like I know someday I'm going to go back and play it. But yeah.
What do you think the game of the year is this year, if you had to guess? I know there's still time. There's still a lot. We're only in September, which actually is, it's deeper in the year than typical, but like, I mean, there's still stuff coming out. Feels like every goddamn week.
As far as what I've played, I mean, isn't it probably going to be a toss-up between Silk Song and Expedition 33? Because it can't be Night Rain. It can't be Night Rain.
It's not going to
No,
it's not going to be Night Rain.
It should not be that.
No.
Dude, I couldn't believe
It's
that
not
shit
gonna
when
be
they tried to pull
A Shadow?
They tried to pull, Shadow of the Earth Tree. I was like, you can't. That is that to me was so egregious. I couldn't believe that.
And then it didn't win anything.
It didn't win anything. It was a complete waste of a slot.
Totally.
Yeah.
Not that it was like bad. Obviously, it's good, but like, when did we start doing this?
Yeah, and anything
redefining.
we were saying, right, like anything that you need another game to play it. Like you need the base game to actually play it. It's not standalone. It's not standalone content, right? Like I could excuse something like that. Let's say, what was that fucking that came from Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon or whatever?
Oh, Blood Dragon.
Yeah. Like something like that. I'm like, okay, it's kind of its own thing, but that's just fucking silly. Because I'm like you can't even just go out and play it. You have to buy the fucking game first and then buy that shit. I'm like, that's kind of crazy.
I mean, also, like, I watched that Xbox showcase a few months ago, and the Outer Worlds 2, that shit looked really good to me. I don't know if you guys saw that or what you think of it about it, but it kind of gave me KOTOR 2 vibes in the sense of it's like an old school RPG, and there's all these different like or Fallout in some ways, where like that's one thing I love, when your investments in a skill or an attribute pay off beyond just like making your character stronger. It's like new dialogue options open up, and or like if you're a complete dumbass in Fallout. So it looks like they got that going on, which that might sneak in. But as far as like what I think will get Game of the Year, probably Expedition 33. And then I think they'll probably do like Silk Song Best Indie Game, probably.
Yeah. That would be my guess too. Like Expedition 3, I don't know if you finished it yet.
No, I haven't. No. I'm maybe like 7 or 8 hours into it. I need to get back to it.
It's not that long of a game, really. Like it's very respectful of your time, I think, which was also something that I thought was so nice. Just to be able to sit down and like get comfortable with an RPG and have it not be like my entire goddamn life.
Yeah, like 100 hours.
Dude, the best thing about that, right, is that you can become extremely OP without turning over every stone, right? Because that a lot of times in RPGs, you kind of have to grind pretty hard to get to that level. You don't. This
you
actually
stand a chance.
Yeah. So I was like, I love that. I spent almost, I think it was like 40 hours or something, and I was doing retarded levels of damage. It's fucking stupid.
Also one of those RPGs, which is also like Mario, like Paper Mario. I don't know if you guys have ever played it. The second one, the 1,000 Year
long time ago.
Yeah, they have like this action command where if you're really, really good with timing, you can completely nullify the damage from most enemy attacks. And Expedition 33 has that as well. So there are some enemies I tried fighting and they were like 30 levels higher than me, and I lasted like 5 or 6 turns just because I got so good at dodging, parrying, and all that. But of course, then eventually they one-shot me. So I like the idea of also being able to fight harder challenges earlier than you're supposed to or intended to, but just based on your skill alone, you can fight through.
That's one of my favorite things to do, actually, in games, where sometimes I'll waste way too much time. This is sad. The only really fun thing that I remember doing in the Veil Guard, because somebody bought it for me to review it. Otherwise, I wasn't gonna fucking play it. There was like you're in like the world between worlds where all these mirrors are and shit, and there was like these big guys in their thrones that you can fuck with, and I wasn't supposed to fight him yet, clearly, and I think I fought him for like 30 minutes almost. But I actually beat it. But normally the fight would last like probably 3 to 4 minutes if you were at the level you should be at. But I love wasting my time like that. Just be like, let me see if I can actually beat this guy right now. And that was
pushing
fun.
the limits and doing what the game discourages you from doing, but still allows you if you're good enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Silk Song, I don't know how to feel about quite yet.
I haven't played it yet.
That either. I was planning on maybe streaming a little bit of it.
It's very good, but like these runbacks, man. The runbacks to the bosses that you die at, man. Like I don't know.
Get good.
It's.
What do you want?
I should get good, but I don't know. I don't know if I have the patience to get good. If I was 12, oh my God. If I was 12, I would have been all over it.
I feel like I'm spoiled by what was it? Cuphead, where like all the boss gauntlet type shit, you just kind of there had a couple of levels, but then you would just show up at the boss. Most of the content was just here's the boss, fuck it up. If you lose, you're right there. And I felt spoiled to where, oh man, I got to go back to the boss. I got to do all this bullshit again.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn,
it's rough. I'm sure I get that. I get what it does for the game, but it actually it actively kind of I don't know. It impedes it for me a little bit, just because I don't mind dying in a boss fight over and over again. You know what I mean? That's fine. It'll be frustrating, but it's not hard to walk back to the boss. It's just kind of time consuming. So I kind of feel I don't know if my time is necessarily being respected here.
That's
because I'm not seeing anything new from the game in the time that I'm walking back to it. So I'm like, this really is just kind of a waste of time. I get the the punishment aspect of it, but I don't know. I'm not that into it.
That is an interesting point because I had another video. I had a Shadow of the Erdtree review planned, and I had it recorded and half edited. Still have another video I got to go back to, but oh
yeah, didn't you not like it? I feel like I remember.
I felt like it was very disappointing. It was very disappointing. The levels were incredibly boring and easy. The vast majority of content in the expansion was already recycled. You go to this fucking sunken city and it's the same giant crabs from Dark Souls 3. It's come on, man. Make a new crab. Make a new crab. But
so adorable though.
Make a new crab.
Yeah. But one of the things I noticed was Shadow of the Erdtree, it's all about the bosses. Most of the levels are pretty, although visually stunning, they don't really play anything in particular. So it's there's a weird balance between something like Demon Souls, where it's the checkpoints are few and far between, and so they put a lot of effort into the level design. Kind of like you said, the runbacks can be a pain in the ass, but ultimately, because the bosses in Demon Souls were less emphasized than the levels, the interesting content from Demon Souls compared to Shadow of the Erdtree is stretched out over the course of the levels, whereas Shadow of the Erdtree, it's okay, I'm just running through this area to get to the next boss, and then the boss is all that is predominantly the interesting content. So it'd be interesting.
That's kind of
it'll be interesting to play Silksong and see kind of what the balance of that is and how much runbacks end up bothering me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a preference thing, I guess, but I also feel that was one of the things that I felt about Shadow of the Erdtree too, where I was I thought this is good, but I'm not wowed by any of these environments in the same way that I was in base Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Where it just feels everywhere I went in base Elden Ring, I was I just couldn't believe what I was looking at. I just couldn't believe that there was more here.
Yeah, and it played well, right? Whereas Shadow of the Erdtree, I remember there's this one path towards a church. And it's just all wolves from fucking basic starting Limgrave, right? It's just all wolves and then one of those tall smelter demon things. And I'm just why am I fighting basic Limgrave wolves in a brand new expansion? Why are these wolves? Make a new wolf, make a new crab.
I mean, I love the idea. I've one criticism that's actually been my main criticism of From Software in general is the recycling of their content. Even though it's good, it's really, especially in the Dark Souls to Elden Ring, where I'm all right, this is this is too. Even though I said I had fun, it's just also I always like to point out that if other companies were doing this for other games, people would be saying some stuff. So there's a little bit of I wouldn't say favoritism, that's not the word I'm looking for, but you'll give people slack if you really enjoy their product, right? You'll give them I really enjoy what they're giving me, so they're doing certain things that I normally would maybe have a problem with, say if it was Ubisoft, people they would never hear the end of it. They would never
right. If they made an Assassin's Creed Night Rain where they just recycled a bunch of old shit and put it in oh my god. It would be insane.
It would
I
be a
remember
disaster.
the reaction to. Do you guys remember the reaction to when God of War Ragnarok had their I can't remember if it was like a big gameplay reveal or if it was just like a teaser trailer that just showed some gameplay or whatever. But they had an animation of Kratos with the boat, like pulling the boat back in, and they were like, I can't believe they reused the same fucking Kratos boat animation.
Unplayable. I was looking forward to the new boat animation, man.
yeah.
These are last generation boat physics. What are we doing?
They fell off so hard.
Yeah.
I think From Software, it was up until Shadow of the Erdtree where I was like, okay, you get a pass on the recycling of like content or enemies. Base Elden Ring did it a little too much, where it's like there's almost no completely unique bosses. Like Moog, you can fight him twice. You can fight basically every boss except the Elden Lord, Serpentine, Radagon, and Melania. But Shadow of the Erdtree like took it to a next level. I ended up running the numbers, and it was like 75% of the bosses were either recycled, repeated, or reused. Because there's like 8 ulcerated tree spirits in Shadow of the Erdtree, those giant fucking wood tree and it's like, bro, you already recycled that 8 times in the base game. Like, make a new tree spirit.
Yeah, exactly.
Game of the year is what I'm hearing.
Well, but like Night Rain, even though that's like recycling in a good way, where I think it was $40, so it's not brand new. Like,
$60,
$70 price tag, and also the concept is actually really, really cool, and it's a ton of fun with buddies. And I still wish there was more to it, but Night Rain was kind of interesting because I don't know about you guys, but I've gotten to a certain point over the years where like I'm very picky with the games I invest time in. If I don't like something, or if I feel like, I'm not going to like this, I dip out pretty early. Night Rain, the first couple of matches, I was like, I'm not really. The first boss was Margit. Why is the first boss Margit? Come on, I don't know if I'm feeling this. But it was a strange outlier because the more I played it, the more I actually ended up having fun with it. Which games where I start playing them and I'm like, usually I have less and less fun playing them.
Yeah, I heard good things about Night Rain. I think by the time Night Rain came out, I had already put like I put like nearly 200 hours into Elden Ring, and I was just like, I'm good.
There's no more rings to Elden.
Yeah, there's like, I think I'm good on FromSoft games for the next like probably 4 years before I'm ready to jump back into that shit again, because I'm so satiated. I don't like putting that much time into a single experience. You know what I mean?
Dude, I'm having an issue with playing games. Even like the reason why I haven't tried Silksong is my time right now. I'm very busy with other projects right now, and if I don't get to play video games as much as I used to, and I don't want to. I was thinking about when I in like 2012, I was working and riding my bike back and forth and going to the gym. My day was completely booked, but I still somehow remember beating Mass Effect 3 and then beating all the DLCs, like when the Citadel Part 1 and 2 came out. And I was thinking, how the fuck did I do that? Like, because where the hell's my time gone? Because I'm trying to beat stuff now, and it's just not happening. Like when I started playing the remastered Oblivion or whatever, and I got pretty far, but at a certain point, I was like, fuck, I got to put this down because I'm not finishing it in time, and then there's a bunch of other shit keeps coming out, and I don't know how.
Oblivion's a game that you never really finish.
I guess so.
Oh, good. Because
I mean, I guess that a lot of people did that with Skyrim. Well, you did that with Skyrim, didn't you, Chris?
No, I think I beat Skyrim
Did you?
when I mean, it took me a while, but like,
well, beating the main campaign or
that's
the
what
main
I mean. That's what I mean.
is not beating the game, right? You still got to do Mages Guild, Thieves Guild, Dark Brotherhood, and
Oblivion. I want to play more of Oblivion, but god damn, does that game run like hot ass?
You need to upgrade your specs, bruh.
No, man, fuck that. Unreal Engine 5 is a mess. Like, I can't believe, like, because I think the game has like a memory leak. Same thing is happening with Borderlands right now.
Oh,
Borderlands
that's always
4.
lovely.
It's wonderful. What's frustrating about it is that like these are good games too. Like Borderlands 4 is actually like unreasonably good. Like it plays really well.
Didn't the CEO say some shit recently of like don't like it? He said like the don't like it, don't buy it, or yeah, you might just have to upgrade your
yeah, just get a better PC. Like if you need help on how to better optimize your PC, listen, our game is well optimized. It's probably your fucking fault. If every single one of you is having fucking problems running this game, it's your fault, not ours. Even though this is not happening with many, many other games, it must be.
Essentially,
it's so insane.
It's just like horrible PR because this is like something that your homie would tell you, and you'd be like, "Yeah, whatever," right? You would kind of brush it off. It's your homie, but it's like to see like somebody like this. It's like you can't, bro. You have to learn how to speak. And so, like, if someone,
you're the CEO, man.
It's like, come on, dude, you can't. I can tell Chris, hey, maybe you should upgrade your hardware, and he's like, nah. And then Chris can reply like, nah, I think I'm good. I think just the game fucking optimization sucks dick. But like, the CEO saying that to you is like, bro, what the fuck? This shouldn't even be a conversation right now with you. Like,
I can't believe they allow him to speak. I can't believe they haven't muzzled him. Like, he always does this. He always goes on Twitter and says some crazy. I think because I think Randy, he said something even just a couple months ago before they announced the price or something. I can't remember what the fuck it was, but like there was speculation about like Borderlands being like $80 or something. And he just talked about like real fans would buy it.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah,
right. And I just remember being like, I remember reading his statements in context and being like, look, I know what you're trying to say, but you should not say this on Twitter, dude.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be saying this at all. I get what you're saying. Like if you're like
shouldn't be posting on Twitter at all, to be honest.
No, truthfully, yes, you should always avoid Twitter as much as possible. But like, I just remember being like, why would you write that? Because I can be mega charitable and understand like what he's saying is like, listen, if you are a big Borderlands fan and you're into this series, you are going to pay $80 because that's just like, that's the standard. That's going to be the price of something that like I paid fucking, I don't even want to think about how much I paid for like the legendary for like Halo Reach or whatever, you know, like I pay out.
That's worth it.
I pay. No, but I'm saying it's like I pay out the ass for shit that I like. Yeah. Like I would pay good money for like a complete inbox copy of like a game that I cared about. You know what I mean? That was just like, I pay like, I can think of a couple games where I'd pay like, I would pay $150 for that. But like, if you say that shit on Twitter, you must understand how that's going to look, especially because you're a CEO. I don't know if you heard, that's not necessarily the most popular thing to be right now.
Yeah. And we're in this new era of cancel culture. So it's
right. So just like, stop.
Yeah.
Like just shut the fuck up. Clearly your game is, but I want you guys to guess how many times Borderlands has crashed for me.
Borderlands.
I want you to take a fucking guess. Borderlands 4.
Can I ask how many hours you have?
Yeah.
Let me check real quick. I think I have about I have 25 hours in it.
25. I'd say 35. 35 crashes.
That's generous. That's a lot of crashes.
What about you?
I'm gonna say it's crashed. I'm gonna say it's crashed 10 times.
27 times.
Oh my god.
I was close.
That's crazy.
Kind of.
That is one crash. That is so many crashes. It's insane.
Dude, that's like playing on what was
more than one per hour.
You play or whatever. You ever fucking Ubisoft has their launcher?
Oh boy,
brother! It's still when I try to play the fucking Shadows, like it still crashed. I was like, "What the fuck, man? You guys haven't figured this out yet?" Like it was still crashing for me.
I tried to play fucking Splinter Cell Blacklist recently because I was like, it was in my because I love Splinter Cell and I haven't, and they're never gonna do anything. They're never gonna make another one again. So I'm like, fuck it. And it was sitting in my Steam library. I was like, oh, cool. I tried to launch it and it like had this. I think they severed Uplay or whatever from it. So now it just runs normally, but that game runs for approximately 3 minutes before it falls apart. It is insane.
Unmodded New Vegas might have you beat there.
Ooh, that is, yeah. I tried, dude. I want to tell you how many times people have told me, like, man, you got to play New Vegas.
You would
love New Vegas,
and I
believe. Listen, I believe them. I just wish the game would let me do it.
Yeah,
I have yet to make it through.
Community comes in handy because they have perfected the mod guide tutorial. I remember I watched a 10-15 minute video, pretty easy to get, and it tells you all the fixes, makes the game better than it was or is, and for the most part completely fixes the crash issue. And brother, let me tell you that game
for the most part is crazy though. To say for the most part, not
you got to play New Vegas.
I want to play it because I do love Fallout. I think the vibe of it is just perfect. I do think the beginning of New Vegas is kind of like, I don't know. I don't really feel like I'm playing Fallout. Really, I feel like I'm playing like something else. Like I don't know. It doesn't have the Fallout vibe for me until you get into Vegas, I guess proper. I like cities, like crumbled cities. I don't know. I'm just like kind of like a plain field. I don't know. There's like a vibe.
There's a bunch of like crumbling cities or places.
No, I know, but I'm saying early on in the game, it kind of feels like, I don't know. I really dig Fallout 3 from a vibe perspective, and just like I think it nails it. Although the story is like whatever. I'm more interested in what's happening in New Vegas. It just doesn't.
You'll warm up to New Vegas the longer you play it. Trust me.
The fact
I 100%.
You'll see.
I 100%. Well, I believe that.
I don't know if he'll play it, only because
does it run on? How is it
out of principle? I feel like
dog. Here.
He doesn't want to install the mods out of principle because it's like this.
I do hate the idea that I have to fix your fucking game, but that bothers the hell out of me. Like on a core level, like that's like it's like going to Subway and they throw the ingredients at you. I'm just like, how dare you? I'm sure all of these together, if in a perfect sandwich, is great. But what have you done to me that this is your excuse? I've heard that it runs pretty well on Steam Deck, so I think I might just like kind of do that.
I mean, you can roll the dice, play it on desktop too. You may run into those crashing problems, which are a huge pain in the ass. But
yeah.
I mean,
I'll try and find. I'm sure there's ways to do it. And I like it. I love Fallout, but like, man.
Yeah,
that game just does not want. That game just does not. I remember when that game first came out, and it was like, I'll never forget, because I was like, oh, should I get this? And then I looked up a review, and it had the guy in the beginning, the doctor that finds you, and he's leaning in the chair, and he's looking at you, and his head was rotating like this.
Oh my god, really?
And it was like it was like that game was bugged from the start, and everybody was like, it's good, but like it's broken as fuck. And I remember being
rough.
like, okay, I guess I'll wait. And then they never fixed it. So it's kind of nuts to me that they haven't fixed it. I guess maybe they're
made it in like 11 months or something. Same as KOTOR 2, or maybe 14 months. Like they jerry rigged that shit together. And
dude, isn't it crazy that we used to get games that quick? And like really good and really good games too.
Well, okay, so I have this other video idea I made some notes on, but working title is "What Happened to Star Wars Games?" Mm-hmm. All right, now Star Wars Episode 3, Lego Star Wars, Battlefront 2, Republic Commando. Those 4 games came out the same year.
That is nuts.
2005, we had a first-person squad-based co-op shooter with a FPS multiplayer. You had Battlefront 2, which was absolutely massive on Xbox Live. You had the Episode 3 dueling game, which was like a fighting Star Wars game, not something you play for too long, kind of like something you would have rented at Blockbuster, beat it over the weekend, and then done some battles with your buddies. And then, of course, Lego Star Wars was just. That was like one of the first really big Lego games that popped off, at least from my memory. So,
yeah, I remember that being a huge. I never got that into the Lego games because they were a little bit. I think around the time that those games were out and popping, like I just kind of felt like you're in that age where you're just like those for kids.
Yeah, I'm too cool for
or whatever.
That.
Yeah, I'm too cool.
I'm gonna watch Family Guy in South Park.
Right, I'm gonna watch Family Guy on my portable DVD player.
Oh yeah.
But fucking that new Lego Batman game looks actually really fun. Like they had like the entire saga or whatever. They got Bane in there.
Oh yeah, dude, I love what they're doing with all the Lego stuff. But
it is cool. But it is insane. Like I look back at like that era as being like specifically like maybe like 2000 to 20, maybe 11 is even too late, but like the 2000s primarily of just like, man, that was like the perfect like wait and receive era. You know what I mean? Where it's just like there would be just enough time between game releases where you'd be like, oh, I'm excited for the next one, you know, and then by the time you're excited for the next one, you've heard about it and it's out, you know, 3-year dev cycles kind of thing. Like the fact that all the Uncharted games came out in like that span of time is insane. Like, what is it? 2007 to 2011 or some crazy fucking thing like that. Just like, that is insane for 3 Uncharted games or the entire Gears trilogy in one generation. You know, like we used to, that is fucking bewildering to me. You go from Gears 1 to Gears 2, which is like, oh, that jump is nuts. Yeah. But like all of that in 2-3 years, what the fuck are we doing?
I remember beating Halo 2 and then thinking, you know, you got that amazing cliffhanger ending, which at the time you're like, oh, I can't fucking wait till the next game comes out. I'm sold. And then you replay Halo 2 like every month or whatever, and you just marinate in that. Where's it gonna go? Where's it gonna go? And I remember this was like really super early YouTube, and they had that Starry Night ad, you know, when it's the kids out in the forest, and even at like whatever it was, like 360p or maybe 720p, it was like 2006, and I remember seeing that and being like, you know, and you had a year to just like marinate on Halo 3. So I think you're absolutely right. It's like, and then you had kind of all these like side games, like shit that big game developers or publishers wouldn't make nowadays because they want to throw like $100 million into it. But you know, like the OG Xbox was perfect for that. It's like, Bloodwake, here's a fucking boat game. Shoot each other on boats, or like Jet Set Radio Future. I don't know, just skate around in this anime cell shaded land. Fuck off. Yeah. You know, there's always something cool in between those like really big titles. And now for the most part, it kind of feels like you have the really big titles and then there's like indie games. It's like there's no like there's nothing in between.
There's no middle market. And it's weird because like the middle market kind of did come back for a little while there. Like we got stuff like Biomutant. And like,
I feel like Helldivers 2 and maybe even Expedition 33 are both kind of middle market.
You could make the argument, yeah.
It's just that they both look super good. They could fool you into thinking, oh, this is AAA.
Yeah, and by the way, those games though, but even that, like those games took. I mean, Helldivers 2 was in development since 2016. 2017, I think. Yeah. Like that shit was nuts. Like the trailer for Helldivers 2 leaked many years before it came out, and it was not the same game.
Really?
Yeah, there was like, we did a whole show about it, and it was just like, when's this coming out? And then we waited, and then it was completely different by the time we saw it. And it's like, so even those games that are considered like kind of like more AA or whatever, or like less polished, more emphasis on just like fun or just like an interesting idea, like those games, like even those games take fucking forever now. Where it's like it used to be like, okay, like Pandemic. Do you remember Pandemic?
Yeah,
games, dude. Like they were just on a fucking like here's Destroy All Humans, here's Mercenaries, here's Battlefront, here's Lord of the Rings Conquest, here's the
Saboteur. On a tear, bro. They could just jump.
Fucking ridiculous, and it was all just fun, just really cool. Like enough that like this is an interesting idea, and games aren't so expensive to make right now that it's actually worth doing this. Yeah. Whereas now it's like if you have a risky idea like that, let's pitch it and see if we can maybe make it a game mode in Fortnite.
Well, also the business model changed, right? With the advent of like live service, it's no longer, we're just coasting off of sales and good reviews and all of this. So it was like
engagement now.
Yeah, it's all engagement and like getting people to open their wallets and make consistent purchases, which like, of course, games like Helldivers 2, where the max amount of super credits you can purchase at one time is only $20, right? They do a really good job of that.
Yeah.
Great job. But yeah, it's like back in the day, it was like, okay, we just gotta come up with a really fucking cool cover and maybe a game trailer and we'll do interviews with Game Informer or whatever and try to promote this and just make a cool game. And now I feel like there's too many cooks in the kitchen, too many hands trying to grab a piece.
Yeah, and they just cost too much, man. Like $400 million for Concord is ridiculous.
Where does that money go? That's the thing that I want to know.
It goes to the show. You remember they had the Concord episode of that weird TV show? Did you see that? There was like a show called Secret Level on.
Right. I saw that earlier this year. That's right. I did see
that. They thought Concord was going to be unstoppably huge. They thought that was going to be so. They saw Starchild or whatever that fucking weird character was in Concord. They were like, this is going to be the next fucking baby fucking Yoda. This is going to be Grogu.
Dude, I hope everybody's get it, dude. The thing about Concord is that like the character designs could have worked. It's the art style. They went like super realistic, like, but if it was a little more cartoony, exaggerated, you'd probably get away with some of that stuff.
I played a fair bit of it. I bought it when it came out just because I was so curious. I was like, what is this going to be?
One of the guinea pigs?
I bought it. Well, first of all, I wanted to buy it for the show because I was just like, this is just interesting.
Yeah.
Because I knew the game was going to fucking fall apart. And part of that was kind of interesting because you got to. There is something that I will say about Concord that I really liked, although it was nothing. It was a complete byproduct of its absolute fucking failure. Was that when you were playing Concord? This is a PvP kind of, is a competitive PvP first-person shooter, and you're playing it with other people. And I remember the best experience that I had was it was like, man, this is so nice because nobody gives a shit about this game. That no one's
trying.
No one's trying, and everybody's just kind of chill about it. And I was like, man, I haven't felt this like since like maybe like the 360 era, where like people were just genuine, except for out of maybe Gears of War 1 was fucking sweaty as fuck. But most games back then were just like, you just played it, and it just kind of didn't really matter. You didn't really care, and that was like a weirdly like nice thing.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure they were furious that nobody cared about it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But actually, the company that developed it is not too far from my hometown, so it's a little.
It's awkward.
Yeah,
you run into them every now and again. You're like,
rough one, man.
Yeah, well,
it's gotta suck to be on that side of game development and like put your heart into something, and then you were just on the wrong track.
The toxic positivity of it too, of just like, because that there were people there who were just like, guys,
like, this ain't it.
Because it played well. Like I remember playing, I was like, this is perfectly adequate. Like there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just ugly, and I don't like to be here. Yeah. I don't like to spend time looking at these characters. I don't like any of the way that I don't like the vibe of this entire thing, but it plays well. And they knew. That there were people there who like either had more pull than others, who just weren't listening.
La, can't hear you.
Yeah, and it's just like, well,
I recently watched some of those old Halo Vidocs and behind the scenes. If you want a really cool look into game development, the Halo CE commentary track, where it's like Marty, Jason Jones, and Joe Staten, and they're all just riffing on the game.
Yeah.
But what's so interesting about this one in particular, it might have been after Halo 2 came out, before Halo 3, maybe after Halo 3, and they went back to it. But as you listen to these three guys talk, it's like they're constantly making fun of each other about like all these little imperfections that, and not even someone like me who's played it 100 times would ever catch on to, right? There was some part of it where Joe's like, oh yeah, and if you look in this corner right here, you can see part of the skybox is cut off. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I can't even see that.
Right.
But it was such a like perfectionist mindset that they had. It was almost like the part of the reason the Halo games were so fucking good was that internal competition between devs to outdo each other, but also the understanding that they're all on a team. And when it really matters, they would genuinely complement each other. There's like there's some moment
they would rip into each other. I remember like there was something like there's like, oh, that's a great animation there. Like or something like completely completely sarcastic. I love it's so interesting, man. Just to look, those are great Vidocs in general. Just those are the most honest Vidocs that I've ever seen.
Exactly, right?
Like it's crazy
think about in the Halo 3 one, and they're doing the Halo 2 documentary, or no, that was the Halo 2 Legendary Collection. Basically, all of the Vidoc is like, yeah, this game's a fucking disaster. It's oh man, we're rushing towards the finish line. We had to cut all this shit, and you don't get that nowadays, right? You compare that to some like Black Ops 7 thing where it's like we're making the most incredible Call of Duty experience to date. You're not going to believe your fucking eyes or ears when you play this, and it's
so
missing that.
Dumb.
Every day I wake up and I walk into Activision and I come and I can't believe how good it is. I like the way that like that slide looks perfect. And you go to the Halo 2 Vidoc and there's a shot that lives rent free in my fucking head of I think it's Joe Staten, and he's just in the dark, and he's sitting in front of like a monitor in like a kind of an empty room. The lights are all down, but like the lights coming in, and he's just like this.
He's just like defeated.
He's just completely like he slept at that desk like overnight probably, and he's just like, this is hell. I'm like, everybody's fucking miserable. Like we don't know what we're gonna do. This is falling apart. It's hysterical because you would never see that. I still, to this day, that was what got me into like paying attention to this industry. Was genuinely that Vidoc, and I thought that there would be more of them, but there's straight up none. The closest maybe is the God of War one, raising Kratos.
Yeah,
but that was all retrospective. That was all like after the game had done well. Like this was like during.
Yeah.
Like this is technically marketing material for the game. It's like, guys, look how much everything sucked.
Yeah, I think they had some shit. Maybe it might have even been within the original God of War game, like when David Jaffe was like a part of that shit. And I think that's like the closest thing I can think of back in the day with a similar vibe, where it felt different. It felt inclusive, and it's like, oh, I get to see how the sausage is made, and like it felt authentic. Yeah. And now, like you were saying,
well, David Jaffe's a very authentic.
Yeah,
Do you know anything about David Jaffe, X-Men? Do you know?
Nothing recently, but I've seen some shit over the years.
Yeah.
I've done some shows with him, and he is so fucking funny.
He's too authentic for modern tastes.
Oh yeah, he's definitely like not. He reminds me of Cliffy B kind of, where it's just like those like they're crazy.
But I honestly can respect that to a certain degree. Like, like 100%. Just, because we don't really, there's no real vibe of old Bungie anymore. Like that sort of, bro, not like, Activision Blizzard, how they described their culture as like a toxic bro thing, but just like the idea of like, we're all in this together, but I'm not gonna fucking let you slack off. And we're going to tell you honestly, like, oh, yeah, shit, development for this fucking sucked. Yeah, that authenticity, it feels like a different era before social media really took off. And this whole idea of, like, perfect appearances and everything has to look nice, shiny, sleek, and clean. And you can't say anything offensive because then you'll... I mean, we were even talking about Randy Pitchford, right, earlier. It's like even we, to a certain extent, are kind of, in some ways, looking for perfectionism in people.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I guess on that front, to be fair to them, they are letting Randy be Randy.
Yeah, that is a good. Like that is a good point.
They're not muzzling him. I guess
that's a good counterbalance, right? I do feel, to me, it's like, even though I like what you're saying, that makes sense. I also think certain roles, like say the CEO, I think the people like under them, the quote unquote grunts, I guess, that's where it's like, hey, you're just like the consumers. We're in this, I'm not some rich piece of shit. I'm fucking just working on this thing. And I think those are where we want to see the authenticity. I really don't want to see a CEO shoot from the hip. I really don't.
Yeah.
I kind of know what you mean.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that is fair.
It's just kind of like interesting to think about how perceptions change, and like even on YouTube, or just like with the advent of social media, how that ended up affecting game development. Because before it was like, oh, if you're pissed off at a game, what do? You leave a negative rating on Game Facts or some shit, or what, you complain on some forum that like 1,000 people go on, and you know. Now it's like, look at us, we're all a bunch of assholes, and we attract like millions of viewers shitting on this thing, and then but what do we really know about game development at the end of the day?
True.
So
I don't know a goddamn thing, really.
Yeah.
that was so clear to me when the Craig thing happened.
Craig?
The Craig, what is it? The
Brute.
Yeah, there's the screenshot of the Brute getting meleeed, and he just had no expression on his face, and people were like, "Game's fucked." And I remember being like, "Oh no, man."
That did look really, really bad, though, especially after like
it was
5 years after Halo
that
5,
much
Doug.
After that much time, I agree, but it's just like, man, this is exactly why things take so long now. Is because like, if a game isn't like pixel perfect, where every frame of it,
dude,
is like looks like a fucking movie, it'll get torn asunder.
Dude, the alpha footage of GTA
online.
6.
Oh, dude, yeah, I couldn't believe that shit. Like that was, and there were people in the industry, quote unquote, like, well, whatever the content industry, whatever you want to call it, like genuine people with audiences, with like opinions that people for some reason respect, being like, I can't believe this alpha footage of Grand Theft Auto looks this bad.
Unbelievable. It's like they haven't even finished it yet.
It's like, you don't know what anything is. Authentically, like, you're fucked. Get out. I can't believe that those people exist.
Side note, did you guys see that Halo documentary that like leaked recently?
Oh, I did.
Did you watch that? Did you see that, Derek?
You saw it? No, I didn't see it.
Are you big into Halo and all that?
I'm not as big as y'all. But I was like a Battlestar Galactica. I went a different route, but I still appreciate Halo very much. So I always talk about Reach being my favorite. That was my favorite installment. But
so they had like this documentary. It was on a guy's website, and it was made in like 2017 or something. The description for it was used as a pitch for Halo Infinite. But when you watch the Vidoc, right, if you're like me and Chris and you're super fucking nerdy about, all the lore, at least behind the studio stuff, you're like, oh, that person's no longer there. That person was fired. That person is no longer there. And like, to see how they ended up talking about what we knew would become Infinite was very, very interesting and enlightening in a sense of it was like a time capsule that sprung up, and it was something we were never meant to see. Which made it super interesting.
It was like, it was like it's so fucking weird, because like I remember they said stuff in that documentary where I remember I publicly said something about it, about like the direction that they were going in, and Jason Schreier, who's like, by the way, a very well respected person, like in the games industry, like he covers a lot of shit, he leaks a lot of shit. He breaks a lot of news and does a lot of exposés. I think he did the big one on I think it was him who did the big one on Anthem, when BioWare did did Anthem.
Yeah, he's done a lot of great stuff.
No, he has, but like he responded to me. He was like, he's like, that's not true. And I'm like, okay. And it's all in that fucking documentary. And I'm like, okay, interesting.
Circle back.
I might have told you.
I tried to find it. I tried to find the tweet. I wanted to like just spam the link at him. I was like, hey, but I couldn't fucking find it. He blocked me. So
yeah, the whole like hero shooter Halo Infinite thing. It was like,
yeah.
But the thing is, they had some cool stuff. Like there was this. I recorded a video that was like a reaction to this documentary, and I was going to post it before people who like owned it started being like, hey, you can't post this. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just not going to post the video then. But they had this concept art that just, it spoke to me. And which is kind of rare, considering like 343 and their interpretation of Halo more often than not misses the mark. But this concept art, you probably saw it, Chris. It was like Master Chief is in some Forerunner part of this new ring, and he's like held in a chamber, and it's this group of Marines fighting off Sentinels. And the first mission, the idea was that you were going to play as a Marine, rescue the Master Chief, your character as the Marine would die, unlocking him from this chamber. Then you would swap perspectives into the Master Chief and then see this Marine die, and then boom, there's the start of the adventure. It was this concept art that was just... Ooh.
That would be fucking cool.
Sounds cool. Like, just
what could have been?
Yeah. What could have been? Jeez.
Imagine if Halo Infinite had levels. That would be so crazy.
Jeez. Imagine if you could replay levels.
Dude, you know what fucking broke my heart, dude? Looking at people unearth the concept art for Dragon Age 4. And that shit fucking, like, it made me want to cry about, like, the ideas that they were normally going for before they were like, oh, let's turn this into live service, and then they fucking reversed that at the last second, blah, blah, blah. Oh. But, like, just even things that didn't make sense, like your character that you play as, like Rook, you're like, who the fuck is this person? And they were actually supposed to be important. They were supposed to be, like, your right hand to the Inquisitor. They actually had, like, they had connections. They had, it was meaningful. There was going to be more people involved from the older games. There was going to be payoffs. And you're just like,
yeah, but here's the thing. Yeah, but here's the thing, Derek. Fuck you.
Yeah.
yeah. What are you talking about?
Essentially, do you know how, dude, I feel so wounded that every once in a while I feel like I feel like a little delusional. Like, maybe if I just play it one more time, there will be. I swear.
That's the saddest feeling in the world, man.
Dude, waiting.
That's so missing sad. Something. Maybe.
I waited.
Maybe it'll get better this time.
Waiting 10 years, dude, for like legitimately, not like Grand Theft Auto. There's gonna be a million years, so you're content with, like, I know it's gonna take forever. Legitimately waiting for Dragon Age to come out for this long and be like, fucking hurry up, dude, hurry up, like, let's go, like, like, it's one of my favorite franchises, and then.
And Inquisition was game of the year. I mean,
in a rough year.
Yeah,
it was a rough year. But
it was a rough year, to be fair. But it was.
I went back and played Inquisition in preparation, and first of all, the funny thing is, since they have the Dragon Age Keep that's supposed to link all the games together, mine's not working for whatever reason, and so I forgot how many things were actually supposed to be in my version of Inquisition. So when I did a review of the Veilguard, I made some mistakes because I forgot about certain people that made returns or not or whatever. But that being said, I thoroughly enjoyed playing the game more than I remembered, because I had a fun time playing Inquisition when it first came out, and I was like, oh, that was cool. Like, this is pretty, like, it's not Origins, but this is serviceable. And some of the things that they did, I thought they did some stuff well, but you can see how they were still trying to do more live service-y type shit with that game too, where with its maps and, like, it was pretty obvious with the way that the maps, and here's the PowerPoint so you can finally progress. And there were certain things that I'm like, okay, this could have been, you can feel this could have been much worse, but they kind of backed off too.
When you replayed it, was it better than you remembered the first time? Is that what you were saying?
So what I'm saying is, this is actually unfair, because it was better, but I think it was better because I used a couple of trainers for something specific, and it was for the traveling. And I remember the traveling in the first game really pissed me off because the maps were so big and I felt very slow. So I'd always be like a warrior, because they had this charging fucking, when you're active skills, it was like a charge, and then, you just wait for it to fucking the cooldown, and then you do it. So I just had that infinitely on. I can't tell you how that made the game significantly better, just being able to do things much faster. So that's also a big deception. And my second run through Baldur's Gate 3, for example, I did the same thing. I sped up the speed so I can get from point A to point B way faster.
That thing is sacred.
I gotta tell you,
you go in and you just mangle.
I play
this
things.
Guy watches YouTube videos at 2 times speed.
I do not.
Oh, okay.
I don't do that. The people that do that, I'm like, why are you even watching it? Because I'm watching a video to. And to be fair, the first time I'm playing a game, I don't do shit like that. But it's when I'm replaying some stuff and I understand how long it's going to take me to get from point A to point B, where I'm like, all right, bro, I wish I had a fast travel, but the game's fast travel is terrible in Inquisition comparatively to a lot of more modern games. But
you know what you don't like, and you know the shortcuts to make it better on your own play.
Yeah, but I guess story-wise, when I was thinking about a lot of the things, there's still quite a bit of dialogue in Inquisition that I really enjoyed. I enjoyed the characters, because I was comparing especially to Veilguard. Even like just I was thinking about the party, and I was like, there was only one character I didn't like, and it was some chick named Sarah, and she's just really fucking annoying. But besides that, like Freddie Prinze Jr., the Iron Bull, like fucking awesome character. Even the side characters, like it brought it up again because there was a fucking trans dude in Inquisition. Good character, Krim. Like I was thinking about all this, I was like, you know what, this is actually better than I really remember. But I think being spoiled, especially just a couple of years after Mass Effect 3, regardless of what people were saying about Mass Effect 3, because I know the ending pissed everybody off, but before that, it's still solid ass fucking game. And then the Citadel DLCs was fun. Basically, just BioWare having such a high standard. I expected a little bit more out of, I guess, Inquisition at the time. But now I guess there being a little bit of a drought and going back, I was like, this is still pretty fucking good. Actually, it is crazy.
They have been, speaking of generational runs.
BioWare, man. Dude, they had one. Jade Empire, Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah. They had both. They have a generational run in every direction. Basically,
they fucking like every
going from
setting.
Going from Andromeda to Anthem to Veilguard is rough. That's a rough trilogy, man. That's a rough 3-game run.
Whatever's the opposite of a three-peat, that's what that is.
100%.
That's like 3 0-16 seasons in a row.
It feels like it, dude.
Yeah, people like to talk about that like that way about Bungie, and I totally get it because they lost a lot of people, especially like and that company's been run so poorly forever. But like, I don't know, dude. That is next level. BioWare might be the biggest fall I think I've ever seen.
I feel like Activision, maybe Blizzard. I feel like Blizzard's definitely, because like, dude, the Warcraft 3 Reforged, like it should be illegal to release a remake that then ruins the previous game. It like ruins your previous purchase, right? Because the whole like client that they had. And the way custom games and matchmaking worked in the original Warcraft 3, they replaced it. They basically replaced it and fucked it up.
So that's like what Overwatch. That's like an Overwatch
thing, right? Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Except Overwatch 2 was at least free. This wasn't.
Oh my god,
Holy
that's
shit, that's bad,
bro.
I think until crazy. Diablo Immortal, that was the lowest reviewed game of all time.
Diablo Immortal.
Yeah. Is that the gacha game? You guys don't have phones, right?
Yeah. Bro, Blizzard owns like 2 of the lowest rated video games of all time.
Oh man, I forgot about that. I saw people leave because I knew nothing about the gacha genre until Raid, and I started to learn about all this stuff and people that were making Raid Shadow Legends content left to go make Diablo because these people are rich. They're fucking ultra whale krakens. And I saw a guy spend like $100,000 just to max out someone like immediately. And I'm like, can I have some? Like, what the brother?
That's crazy.
What is happening?
What game is $100,000 worth of fun? What game offers that much fun?
Nothing. Dude, I can tell you when I now that the raid economy, I know like all about it and shit. Cause I was going to make a video actually about like, all these years later, because everybody remembers when it first came out and people like were absolutely destroying it. But I was like, I want to make a video. Yeah. And I was like, I want to make a video talking about, okay, all these years later and the economy. And it's like, guys, there is an underground gacha genre thing that you don't understand that funds these people. They make millions of dollars a month. The company Plarium.
Oh, yeah, that's why they
make so much money a month. But and when people are like, this game sucks dick, and I'm like, I understand how you feel, but these people that play these games don't give a shit, and they prop them up so lucrative. It's so lucrative, and it bled into, say, the sports industry, particularly NBA 2K. And I want to talk about this because it's useless. I loved basketball games back in the day. But now it's fucked. You have to, if you want to play your game, you buy the game, so $70. And if you want to max out your character to be in the 90s to actually compete with anyone, do any type of PvP, you're easily paying another $50 to $70.
It's just sports betting at that point. Yeah. It's not a video game. It's like half video game, half sports betting.
It's fucking shit. And they also do a bunch of predatory things to where I can't even enjoy it. Because I bought like one of the newer ones that was like 2K19, and I would just put on mods and shit. And then I don't have to buy anything. But they turn the fucking servers off, and they attach some offline modes, like the most important things, to online. Like, oh, I just want to play through the story and fuck around and play a season. And then like they're like,
that's classic.
No, you can't play anymore. I like when it's a paperweight.
I like when single player with a story.
Hey, it's dude. Well, I got it. I'll let you go in a second, Chris. They turned it into an RPG for a minute. Like at a certain point, they put it storylines, and there's growth.
That's awesome.
And there's like, dude, love interest and shit and choices. And I was like, I bought NBA
Persona.
I bought NBA 2K19. I was like, yo, dog, this is actually kind of good. I was like, this is fun. Like I'm cheating my ass off. I'm doing PvE, like, running up the score. It's like fucking 300 to like 2 or something. And I'm doing all this dumb shit. And I was having a blast. And then they're like, oh, these people are having too much fun. Turn off the fucking servers so they can't go back to these games. And I was like,
stop killing games,
bro. It's fucked. And
that whole thing was crazy too. That whole fucking,
that was crazy.
That pirate software.
What the fuck was that? Dude. I don't understand what that was. I don't know, like, why was he?
That was a man who cannot admit that he has ever been wrong. And that is a curse I would not wish on my worst enemies. Cause man, you gotta bottle up some serious demons to continue to operate like that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, well, in fairness, he was the first second generation Blizzard employee.
I can't believe he said that. That's just a crazy thing to say.
It is a crazy quote.
Especially when the company culture has been rotted out and you're bragging about your time as an employee there at this shell, this like shell of a man company form.
And apparently it's always been like pretty rotten too. Like that's kind of the crazy thing too. It's like, what does that even mean?
Right.
Like everyone like hearing about like Bungie and how like they've just like always had like no direction the entire time. It's like, damn. I mean, to me, like that shows that Bungie's like a mess of a company, but it also shows like to me that's also like mega impressive to me that they managed to make like some of the best shit ever with like no direction.
Old school Bungie was like organized chaos. Like I said, like all the developers were in constant competition with each other, and Jason Jones was like, yeah, we are the jaded crowd. So like they knew what they liked, and even though sometimes they like had scope creep or were way too overambitious, like at the end of the day they always pulled together as a team and like made the best fucking video game they could. So
yeah. Well, let's wrap up with some questions and get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, you guys are a ton of fun to talk to.
Yeah, man, I like having.
Yeah, this is
you
good.
Always have me on.
Yeah, we should.
Fun.
We should just.
I like that.
Replace Sweeney.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should fire him.
Let him live in Costa Rica.
Yeah, I'm the new Sweeney.
I like it.
Yeah,
it. Perfect.
Will we get canceled for that? I think we need. No, I think we need Sweeney.
No, we don't need two. We don't need two of us.
He gives us. That's crazy. All right. Hey, it's Philip wrote in. And you can too, if you go to patreon.com/snarktank, all that jazz. It says, hey, you handsome gamers. Have either of you guys ever cut school or work for a video game? I asked because I asked for 3 days off for Halo Infinite, left school early to get GTA 5. Have a good one. My beautiful, bashful, beefy boy.
Technically, yes. For the when the first Mass Effect the Citadel DLC dropped, and because they had a part 1 and part 2 when it dropped in, this was like the real ending, I guess. They were like, this is when you have some shore leave, and then this is when you're gonna. I was just like, I'm fucking on board, because obviously I was one of the people that was pretty upset about the ending and how it went. Even with the expansion, it still felt a little like this was still kind of gay, but yeah. So it was. It felt so. I fucking hated my job. I was working at Newegg at the time. I fucking hated working there anyway. So of course I called that. I was like, if I'm just gonna chill, download it, and just have a great time. And sadly that was a fond memory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
very mundane, but it was fond.
I don't have I got a couple. The only time I like called out of work or something. That wasn't like a good reason. Like it was Halo 5 had just come out maybe a day or two before, and I had like a morning shift. It might have been a weekend, but then my mom woke me up like right before my shift and told me my grandpa had died, and I was like, oh, I was like half awake. I was like, oh fuck. And then I just kind of was like in my head, like on autopilot. And I put on my work uniform. I went in, I was washing dishes and all that. And I was like, after an hour and a half, 2 hours, I was like, I can't be here. I got to go home. And I told my boss. And then I went home and I remember, even though I at the end of the day, like I didn't like Halo 5's campaign, it was the exact thing I needed at the time to like take my mind off of what was happening, in my family life. So there was that. But a fun story is like, not that I blew off school or something, or called out sick, but there was one weekend where my buddy Chris had gotten Halo 3 because I think it came out, pretty early into the 2007 school year. And
first month.
Yeah, we like had a sleepover at his house, and I had homework or whatever to do, but slept over Saturday, played it Halo 3 all night Saturday, woke up, played it for like 10 hours on Sunday, for like ate breakfast or whatever. I remember we ate a whole thing of Oreos, and I had to go home at like 6 or 7 p.m. and I started walking home, felt like complete dog shit because I had the worst diet that day. And I just remember walking home being like, oh man, so glad I didn't do my homework.
Dude, that's it's bad when as a kid you're aware of how bad your diet was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like when you're a kid, I feel like even like deep into your 20s, you can kind of eat whatever and it doesn't feel like much.
Yeah.
But like as a kid to be like, I've got acid reflux.
Yeah, no, I felt like a stomach ache. I was like, ugh, I feel like shit. So tired. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's two for me where like, I think it was like my first year, I think, of college, or maybe my second year, the beginning of my second year, where Halo 4 came out, and it was like just brand new. And it was the day that it came out. It was Tuesday. It was election day. I remember that. I remember because they came out on the same day. We all went to school, and me and my friends would go into the lounge before we would go. It was college. So we would go into the lounge. We would like kind of get our coffee or whatever, and we would just sit and chat before our day started. And we drove to school, sat in that lounge, and we're like, do you guys just want to go home and play Halo? And then we did. It was a complete waste of everybody's time and money, technically, because it's fucking college. We're paying to go. Really stupid. But then the other one was Skyrim.
Ooh.
Was when Skyrim came out. I didn't jump on Skyrim immediately. I didn't really, I didn't play Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I didn't really know what it was. I wasn't really into those games at the time. But 11/11/11 came around, and that was the first year of college.
A magical day.
And I mean, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget that. But I remember going in, and fucking nobody was there. No one.
Crazy.
Like there was like, it was, I think genuinely, and I'm exaggerating, there were people there, but like nobody that I knew was in school. There were some professors I had that had canceled the day that I didn't see. And I was like, well, what? I'm going home. And I didn't even have Skyrim to play, but I knew my friends were playing Skyrim. So I just went over their house and I watched them play. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't know what I'm seeing. Like, is this cool? Like, I don't get it.
This cool?
And they were like, guys, you don't understand, man. It's amazing. And I was like, all right. And then a couple weeks went by and people wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. And so I was like, okay, I have to know now. I don't know what the hell I'm seeing.
Yeah. I had a similar experience like that.
So I got Skyrim and I immediately was like, I was hooked.
Yeah, you had to be part of the social group, dude. Yeah.
Well, I just had to know. I was more frustrated that I didn't get it. You know, because I was just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, we bullied people that didn't play Skyrim in school. Like, because that was high school. I was like, yeah, if you didn't play Skyrim, it was like, what the fuck? What?
That's
you play video games? What are you talking about? Yeah.
But no, I was hooked on it pretty immediately. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
How quickly. But like that was that was a funny moment for me because I was like, damn, I went home because of a video game and I didn't even own it or play it or care. so it sticks out to me.
Yeah.
As like just a weird point in time. Mixed Fruit wrote in. He says, "Hey, Snark crew and Act Man. Here's a simple but gay question. It's not a gay question.
Oh boy.
There's something gay about this question. He says, what's your favorite video game weapon? For me, it's the Patriot from MGS3 because of the dumb reasoning, because of the stupid reasoning for it having unlimited ammo, being the inside mechanism is shaped like an infinity symbol. That is hilarious. I love that is the official reason for why that
so dumb
that gun has to hit is really, it's like a Mobius strip or something. But favorite video game weapon is like, I mean, I can give you like a like ones that come to mind. I'm sure there's other ones, but that Halo 2 energy sword is next level.
Yeah,
like the energy sword in Halo 2 is like unreasonably good because it's completely broken. It's not fair at all.
You can sword cancel with it.
The sword canceling that you could grapple.
It also had like a quick close range attack that you could spam and then a long range lunge. And then it also had infinite ammo in multiplayer. And you could also, you could pull it out super fast and then immediately slice something. It felt so good.
My favorite thing, and I only learned how to do it recently, like in the last like couple months, because I was curious. And I was just like, I just realized I'd never done this. But if you were holding like a long range weapon, like a sniper rifle or something, and aimed in and the reticle was red.
Oh, yeah.
And if you press, there was like something where it's like, if you just press the buttons in the right way, you could do the sword lunge from as far away as the gun would let you shoot, basically. So you could so you would see somebody like flying towards you with a sword from like across the map and you'd be completely fucked and helpless.
Dude, they used to do these really old like tutorial videos. They'd throw on some death metal song and it'd be like Halo 2 glitches and jump tricks. Be like, and
it would always be like let the bodies hit the floor.
But they were doing that, and I used to think that was so cool because like back in the day, you didn't have all these videos of people like going into games and being like, oh yeah, let's use console commands and break into this. No, if you wanted to break out of the maps, you had to like find glitches that were in the game. That was one of them, and that was super cool. But favorite weapon, I mean, energy sword was one that came to my mind. Gravity hammer is also pretty fucking awesome. Just the whole physics behind it. I would also say the auto shotgun in Left 4 Dead 2 is just that one's just feels really, any gun in Left 4 Dead 2 feels great.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead 2 was special. Or Left 4 Dead in general. Like it's so crazy that Back 4 Blood missed the mark as much as it did. Because on paper, I just don't know. I don't know how they fucked it up.
You don't want like cards. You don't want a card game in your zombie survival shooter.
I can't even express to you how much I don't.
Well,
I don't even
characters. Somehow.
I'm not even. Cards are like the one that was like I'm not into Magic. I never got into Hearthstone. Like I collected Pokemon cards for the collecting aspect of it when I was a kid. And then I got all 150, put it in a binder, and then never bothered again. Because the second they came out with another, like, here's another 150, I'm like, you're going to keep doing this for the rest of my life. I'm not
already collected them all. You did your due diligence.
I did. You promised me that I could collect them all, and then you reneged on your promise by adding more. Fuck you. I don't respect any more generations. Although Totodile can stay.
A quick piss.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, I shall return.
Yeah, do it.
See, if I were him, I would have just peed all over myself.
Yeah, I usually like
piss all over my own body.
Peeing in my mouth. I saw a chimp do it once, and I was like, dude, that's actually really convenient.
That is fucking. Are you serious?
I was like, that's really. I mean, I did literally see a chimp doing that, but
that's what I was asking. That is.
Yeah, I was like, that's
really distressing.
Hilarious. It was actually kind of funny because it's like if I saw a human being doing it, I'd be like, oh, I'm very disturbed. But the chimp was like, the chimp looked like it was having a fucking blast. So I was like, that's funny.
I mean. I wonder what he thinks of that. Like, I wonder if he's aware of
how absurd that is.
Nasty that is.
I don't know. I wonder. What is it? Weapons.
Yeah.
Very easy. Blades of Chaos. This is by default because that's just my it's my jam. Yep. And then another obvious one, I guess, would be the Lancer because fucking the Gears Lancer. I mean, come on, brother.
Oh yeah, what are we talking about? That should have been
Dom. I'm
that
gonna
very
fucking
clearly.
saw this stupid locust, and then
It's such a fucking unsafe. Dom. I'm gonna this stupid locust.
I
man,
that I don't. I every once in a while when I'll see like I haven't been to a convention in a long time, but every once in a while I would see like some Lancer replicas or people would make, and I'm like, bro, why don't I have one? I like every time I see one, I'm like, why don't I have one? And then
I thought about years ago, like in 2016, I remember like that was one of the purchases that I thought like this is an irresponsible purchase, and I really want it, but you know what? I'm gonna be good about it. I'm not gonna do it because I don't need this. And it was like a perfect replica of a Gears of War Lancer.
You
like
did need
one.
it.
I think I now realize that I did in fact need it, and I should have bought it. It was like $300 or whatever, which is like now is like that's fucking like now that thing's probably like $700. I think
probably.
So like, I really should have just bought it because it was the Lancer is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Would have been a smart investment.
Absolutely.
It would have. I could have used that thing. Oh my god.
Okay, one other
For
favorite
videos? Are you
weapon
kidding?
that I thought of while I was peeing, the Wonder Waffle in Black Ops 1 and World at War.
What's the Wonder Waffle?
Don't remember
You guys never
that.
played COD Zombies?
I played it, but I was
never
more
a
Left 4
big
Dead kind of oriented.
Zombies guy.
It's
The
like
Wonder Waffle?
it's like a German wonder weapon because like the Nazis in like late into World War II had this like wonder weapon program. It was like, oh, these tools are gonna save the war for us. And it's the Wunderwaffe.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
but
Wonder Waffle. I do know this.
We always called it the Wonder Waffle because we just imagined an L at the end. It was just like a super weapon that had 3 shots, but if you shot it, it would chain react and automatically kill every zombie like within range up to like 15 or 20. It was awesome.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Oh, also shout out to the Wabbajack.
The Wabbajack's a good one.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's a good
yeah.
one.
Wabbajack's pretty up there in my opinion. This is such
That's
a
very
ridiculous
true.
idea. What is this? We'll do 2 more and then we'll wrap things up. But feral sentient penis barking at Bryce Dallas Howard wrote in.
All right.
These are the kind of people. These are the kind of names that we've inspired.
Yeah.
You've got a great community. I love it. I love it.
It's don't ever.
Can you
don't-
say the
that
name
was
one
such a
more
mistake.
time?
Sure, absolutely. Feral sentient penis barking at Bryce Dallas Howard wrote in. He said, "Hey, acting male, if you and the Snark Boys had a superhero team-up team and went against a group of your own supervillains like Quantum TV, who would they be and what would the teams be called?" I don't know what
That's
the teams would be called, but I man, supervillains, I don't even know. I feel like most of the people who hated me back in the day are kind of gone, or just like no bullshit's gone. Coach Red Pill is literally dead. He got killed in a Ukrainian
Dead
prison.
Pill, yes.
That's actually legitimately.
I don't even know who that
legitimately
is, but that's
dude. So he was some.
You're lucky.
He was some Manosphere guy. He gave like. He was the type of guy like. I don't know. How would you describe it? Derek,
Well,
like, just
the man,
kinda-
yeah. So he was like, so Coach Redby. So he was basically coaching young men on how to be masculine, essentially, and how to bag a woman. This guy looked like a fucking. He looked like he looked like just a like Gonzo from fucking the Muppets. Like he had this like. He's just the last person you would expect to be giving out advice because you look at the guy and you're like not what.
I remember.
outta here.
I remember when Lacey Green and I were dating. He made this weird video, kind of like going in, like really diving deep into our relationship from like a really weird angle. Like he had like multiple cameras set up, so like it would switch from one angle to the other. It was like so
Completely
needlessly
unnecessary.
produced. But he was weird, and then he ended up I don't know, going to Russia or Ukraine or something, and they just arrested him and literally killed him.
He was in it's
actually a fucking wild.
He was in Ukraine, and then he wouldn't shut like during the war, and he wouldn't shut up about like he was basically a propagandist for Russia, and then they
in Ukraine, like actually
during wartime,
and it's like,
and so they bagged him.
that's a real story.
That's a bold career choice.
Yeah, just
It is a.
he was a smart guy.
An odd
He
choice.
was a very
to make.
smart guy.
So what was the question? What would our team name be?
Oh, what would the team name? Yeah, I don't know.
I'm more thinking about like what would be. Quantum TV is a great one. Yeah. Quantum TV would be there.
Of course, Andy Pants Gaming.
Probably.
Yeah.
Andy gotta be.
Who else have you beefed with anybody else?
I mean,
anyone like notable?
I feel like Actman's pretty well behaved.
It's really on Twitter when some nights where I'm just like, I just want to say some shit. Like Twitter's kind of my outlet for shit that I feel like I can't say. And sometimes I ruffle people's feathers, as you do. But a lot of times I also like will reach out to some of my my biggest haters. They might be other content creators or just random people, and I'll talk to them. And a lot of times people that I've beefed with, we talk and then we become friends after that. In some ways, it kind of feel like Goku. Not to be like, what's the word?
Like you recruit people. It's like
not to be so full of myself, but the idea of like, who the fuck's this? Oh, what you get? Like, can you talk shit too? Oh, okay, you can. I respect it, and then kind of become friends. I mean, maybe that heel versus babyface guy, but that was like,
oh, that's right. Well,
but like the Starfield video I did was more than just about him. It was like a whole Starfield hot takes thing, and there was a lot of hot takes going on around that time. But that was also was that wasn't personal though. It was just kind of like random throwaway internet beef, whereas like the Quantum and Andy Pants stuff was a lot more personal.
Right.
That was a lot more serious. Like the Quantum. I remember we talked about it at our live show.
Yeah. There was the one live show we did. That was the topic that we chose because it was around that time. Fucking.
Those were fun times.
Those were fun times. That reminds me. That guy Review Tech USA beefed with them too with Quantum TV, and that guy was fun in his own right. Review Tech USA.
Everybody. It feels like everybody was beefing with Quantum. Quantum TV was so weirdly like. He was weirdly
in like
volatile.
Every comment section. He was like his own hall monitor,
Yeah.
Right.
That is wild too, because I just don't understand that. You got to dedicate a lot of time to do that. I'm like, how do you have time to function as an adult and do it? It perplexes me, man.
Yeah, honestly, like. Maybe a couple of years ago, I had this idea that I thought would have been pretty funny because I'm not really someone that holds grudges for too long. I don't really hate anybody. There's things that I hate, and maybe there's people I think sometimes, oh fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But I don't really hold on to hate or anything like that. I get over stuff rather quickly, and I thought it would have been funny if Quantum and I started a podcast together. Like I would have been like who cares about the beef? Like let's hang out and talk about video games, and I'm not trying to expose you or nothing, but let's fucking do it. Like, because why not? That would be so funny.
That would be funny.
I don't remember what was, how did he become infamous? What did he, I don't remember what happened.
He copyright striked. This story kind of ties in with a previous video I did, which was on console fanboys are cringe. At the time, there was, Xbox and PS4 or Series X and PS5. There was a lot of like really gay shit on Twitter being posted, and I was making fun of a bunch of those guys. And Mischief was one of the people who was also making fun of like console fanboys. So I met a bunch of like much smaller YouTubers that I became friends with in the console. Warrior, because they tried to expose me for like saying slurs ages ago, and then these other content creators had my back, and so I was like friends with Mischief, and then Mischief did a video on Quantum TV, and Mischief had like 2,000 subs or something. And then Quantum TV copyright struck him, but because I like me and Mischief had been part of this small community of content creators that all knew each other. It was like he told us about it and was like asking for advice and stuff, and that's how I picked up on it. And from there, you see the Elden Ring hot takes video, or you see his Elden Ring reviews, and you're like, "Oh, this is gold. Oh, this is."
That's right, the Elden Ring.
Elden Ring. He was like saying it was too hard or something. I can't remember. It was something like that, right?
he had the worst opinions. It was like a game that's not for everyone is a game that shouldn't be made. In my opinion.
That's it. That's it. Okay, I remember that now.
Yeah. You can see, you guys understand. Like from a content perspective, you hear that, you're like, oh boy.
It's gotta be for everyone. That's crazy. That's such a crazy thing to think.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Then he podcast copyright strike me, and then like it just kind of kept going back and forth, and then escalating, and then he called my mom, and I was
called your mom. That's right.
Wasn't there another thing? Was didn't you Photoshop him in front of like a hot dog or something?
Oh it was the cucumber, because he had some comments about like, Rich, you suck on cucumbers in a very provocative way, and then I just had some shitty edit where it's like I had a still image of Quantum going like making like that face, and I I edited a cucumber there, and so there was because the video was taken down for like nudity and sexual content.
That's
one of my
crazy.
Videos. And so I was like, what could it have been?
That's what I remember specifically, was that like the nudity strike. I was like, are you
But that was to hide the real reason they took it down, and the real reason
of course.
I had used YouTube videos about community guidelines, and it included footage of I think 2 of the vice presidents at YouTube, and so they were not happy that they were in the video, and they ended up taking those videos actually off of their community guidelines pages, which was interesting.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's wow. It's insane. A podcast with you and Quantum would be hilarious.
It would go hard.
Or I think it would have been like, maybe not now, because I think that most people kind of like, I mean, that's ancient
like,
now.
I think he's like I don't know if he's incarcerated or something. I remember something.
No,
I swear something happened with that.
No, I think he had some trouble with the law, and like he split from his wife, I think, and he's doing his thing on TikTok. It's like,
he's still okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's living his own life. I think he learned his lesson about copyright striking people for criticizing him. He doesn't do that anymore, at least to my knowledge.
Good.
And so
that would have been funny though. That would have been funny. I'm kind of the same way, where it's like I forget, like if it's usually people have to genuinely remind me that I hate them. You know what I mean? Like I've had people like I think the most recent one that I can remember was and this is, by the way, still a while ago. This is maybe like 2022 or 2023, maybe even a little earlier, was when Francesca Ramsey from MTV Decoded brought me back up randomly.
Right.
I think it was around the time that iDubbbz was doing his like apology tour or whatever, and she like brought me up, and I was like, I haven't thought about you in years.
Yeah.
You still live rent free over there.
Yeah.
Dude, it's wild.
Traumatized her.
Because I genuinely, I made like 2-3 videos maybe about her max.
Although one of them was you back, Chris.
No, you know what it is.
You back.
She thought that.
Oh, I'm convinced she thought I was iDubbbz. That's or vice versa. I think, or something like that. Like, because
I'm the same person.
Because she insists that iDubbbz made a video about her, but I'm like, I am 100% sure that's not true.
No, that was in his wheelhouse.
Like I would have remembered that, and no, that did not happen. So like it was a whole bunch of weird shit about that. But she brought me up again in some like rant online about like how like, oh, I would never forgive iDubbbz or whatever, and that goes to you too, Chris. And I'm like, what the? I haven't.
Yeah, see, it sucks to hold grudges, because that shit eats you from the inside. It's like, why hold on to that? Like, why care so much?
I genuinely just forget after like a couple months. Like, there's only one person where I feel like I've thought about it, where, yeah, I probably wouldn't fuck with that person in any capacity. But that's like one out of like genuinely probably thousands of people I've interacted with at this point. So it's like, I don't know. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Sitting on something and then speaking about it randomly, like completely fucking unprovoked. I'm doing my own fucking thing.
This is what happens like, when the questions bring up Quantum TV. We go down the rabbit hole of all our like biggest beefs and controversies and all that.
Yeah.
You've been well behaved though, Derek. You don't really have any bad blood.
My thing was like the worst I ever got fucked with was by like actual white supremacists. You know, they were just like, oh, they get my email address, my business email, and they signed me up for a neo-Nazi website. So I got a notification, hey, welcome new member. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Or some guy that was a grifter.
Welcome, brother.
It was literally shit like that. I was like, it was funny because whoever moderates that website, they were very nice because I explained to them, hey, I actually didn't sign up for this. They're like, oh, no, don't worry, we'll take you off. And I was like, oh, what a fucking nice Nazi. Like, very understanding, you know? And,
Looks on them. You actually believed all that shit and you were looking for a group to join.
But there was one guy that I actually missed him beefing with us. His name is Tariq Nasheed. And he's the conspiracy theorist.
That guy, he's gone, isn't he?
I saw his name recently come up for something. I didn't look too deeply because it was just like whatever. But I think I think he
probably does like streams or something. But yeah, he was we call him like the black supremacist, right? But he would just make up shit. Like he would say like black people invented everything. Like a black person was the first one to show a Japanese person how to use a sword, and basically they're responsible for like the samurai. And I'm like, that is so wild, but it was so entertaining. It was so entertaining, like him talking about stuff like that.
He used to have his own like meme format, didn't he? Where he was like posed like,
oh yeah, he did, yeah.
I forgot what the meme was, but that image I remember seeing a lot.
It was like hating someone for the pettiest reason possible or something like that.
That was him. I remember he called me Steve Reagan, and I still think about it. Like when he made that video about me and like a bunch of us, but like his audio was peaking the entire time.
Oh,
it is
incredible.
It's one of my favorite moments. Me and one of my friends at the time, she was a YouTuber named Kasara Vera. We just reacted to it, and it's one of my favorite videos. Because he's going in on like, it was me, him, like it was this guy named Bunty King. It was our Indian Canadian friend, or Canadian Indian, I should say. And after a while, like he just couldn't differentiate. He's brown, so he must be like a terrorist or something. And he just starts like singing crazy shit, like, nigga, I'll steal your camel. And I was like, bro, this is crazy. He said,
I do remember that. I remember
I'd never heard that one before. It's a great
one. It's a great one, dude.
That is, I remember that.
Good.
You said it, and I was immediately like, it's like, it's like hearing a song I haven't heard like since 2007, and like I could smell the fall air.
Yeah.
Like that's what just happened when you said that. I was like, oh my God, I remember that line hitting me like a ton of bricks.
It was so fun. He went pretty hard on me talking about my ears, like, cause I have holes in my ears, and you know, some people call them gauges, right? And he was like, what do you call those? And he's reading the chat, and he was like, gauges? And he's like, and he's those fucking gauges, and he's like, they're putting dicks in his ears, and he was going, anyone that hasn't like seen that shit, I think I'll unearth it. I'll find it because it's a great fucking rant.
It's funny.
That is a generational hater right there. That is generational hating, and
he was next level.
You know, I grew up on the 360. I can respect that to a certain degree. Just the vitriol and the bile that can come out of one's mouth.
Speaking of 360, it actually was a 360 moment when I realized that I went to a local black owned bookstore. This was when I was 13, 7th grade. And, I saw a book called The Art of Macking, and I was like, oh, that's hilarious. And, I tried to get my aunt to buy it for me. And she's like, no, like this is stupid. And, turns out that was Tariq Nasheed.
No way.
Yeah. And so when I looked up his books, and I was like, I can't fucking believe this is the guy. Like, I couldn't fucking believe it. So he's been in my life for a long time. Been in my life for a long time, man.
All right. Well, on that note, let's what are we at? 217. Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
We can do like rapid fire questions, quick answers if you want.
They're all pretty. I feel like a lot of people have similar ones. We got to a lot of them, and a lot of them are Halo related. I don't want to spend the whole time talking about Halo. You know what I mean?
I do,
but a lot of them are like Colin Moriarty writes it. He says, "Hey guys, especially Act Man, I have a question for Mr. Man. How does it feel knowing that you're a gay woke commie?" There's a lot of that.
Oh, well, that's you know. Well, we were talking about, you know, like putting together the top 10 woke video games. Leftists May Cry, Woke Divers 2, Batman Chud Night. Like it's I'm very comfortable in my own skin. I will be taking a dick in the ass later tonight. You guys are welcome to join me. It's great stuff. Love it. And not only do I like taking dicks in the ass, but I also feel like the government should own the means of production. And
I think there should be no profit motive in anything at all.
Nothing.
Actually,
unless it's homosexual related.
Right.
Unless it's something gay.
Yeah.
I think we could all agree.
Thanks for the question.
We could all agree.
Thank you so much, Colin.
Great question.
But yeah, let's so here's the thing. So we at the end of these, what we normally do is we read the audience names. Now, sometimes this goes on. We have a guess, so we'll be a little bit better about it. But these names are absolute cancer. The whole point is people pay $25 and up, and they change their name to whatever, and I have to read it.
Hell yeah, go for it. Yeah,
if you're down to stick around. So so remember patreon.com/snarktank, snarktank.shop for merch. That's where you can get that shirt of Cloud Strife leaning over his sword because he's on fentanyl. You can get that over there. That's real, by the way.
It's a real shirt.
I gotta pick one of those up.
Yeah,
it's Final Fantasy.
Oh my god! Oh, okay. I gotta write that.
Have you not seen it?
No. I gotta write that one down. Final Fantasy. With your permission.
I mean, it's a real shirt. I still don't have one. Actually, I should just get it. I don't know what the fuck I'm waiting for. It's my shirt. Good. But so we're gonna read our $25 and up patrons now. So remember, you can join up over there. Make me read your horrible name. But yeah. Count me. Oh, I guess.
Oh yeah, there's no Kingston.
Sweeney's not here to count.
I guess
me down.
I'll do it. No. You know what? No. We're gonna have you count him down.
Oh yeah. Okay. Actually, I count 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Anal foot cake. Kobeba. I warned you. Willie, Teague, Jersey, no draws. Young Chris getting maliciously pissed on by a cat. That would be tragic. The Dead Spider, a secret psyop to make Chris Raygun gay. A psyop.
Ain't no secret, yeah. What you talking about?
Ain't no secret. Straight Vegeta uses Gaelic gun.
Wait.
Give that man an award. Give that man an award.
This is that's the dumbest one I've read in a while. Trump eye-framing through the consent of women and children. Getting $25 by two sexy, big black sexy Israelites and a light skinned twink. Delta Gamma literally fed this toddler last week. Why is it still crying? Squimp is bugs. Clamule Esquire the third. Snark Tanks hung his trans girl going to Ohio. Obese Drauger. Chris saying the mortar name more and more quiet. Day without Sween number 4. Has it been 4 days?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't even care. I like how they keep more track of him than we do. And we know him in real life and have been to his home. I am going with a mortar. Call that pussy the Matrix because I'm this bitch and I can't get out. What the hell does that mean? Some of these are schizophrenic, genuinely. Like I think
get out
genuinely
of the Matrix. Like he can't get out of that pussy, man.
Oh, that's so stupid.
Come on, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. Come on.
It doesn't take a rocket surgeon to figure this stuff out.
There you go.
Switch Sweeney and Derek again for the troll. LOL. Two rats in a trench coat. Sam Porter bitches. 8 uranium and busted on his face. Melted through the bone. Spider pointing 8 guns at you from the Pope Mobile. Berserker, Black Man, backshotting Broly, Reckless Rhino, the Sloker 2, Why So Derpy, Randy Pitchford comes in his own ears.
Jesus Christ.
That's a good one. That's a good one. It's also very relevant.
It is. Yeah, it's timely. That's one thing I can say about it. These are all very timely. My Chris Hansen Tamagotchi needs to hit your vape. Charlie Kirk, more like Shirley in the dirt. That's not
that's crazy.
That's not nice.
That's crazy.
Old man, spaghetti nuts, Damo Nation. The bullet who killed Mr. Guns. I'm very friendly, I promise. Derek not shoving is innocent. # free him. Round-eyed Asian moving into his own place after 26 years. Hey, congratulations, dude. Kingston in the Powerpuff Girls writers' room. Be like, what if instead of Rowdy Rough Boys?
Oh, a bunch of N-words.
They were the
of course. God,
that is Sweeney's sense of humor. It is just putting the N-word in. Sween, please show off your sneaker collection. Is there even one good reason to be conservative? Genuinely, Brandy Hutzel, Ben Shapiro crashing out after finding out his sister got breast reductions.
That was a real like thing that happened where a bunch of people legit, because she put out a video saying she's getting surgery like on her breast for some reason, but immediately people thought it was a breast reduction, and like the internet was on fire for a minute.
I remember that.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, that was a fun moment. That was fun.
Blonde, blue-eyed German man campaigning to make Pokemon 2D again. Gay Eagles be taking penis. I don't even know what that means.
What?
Can I take a cock with my anus? My dick be longer than a Silk Song run back. That's pretty good. Pericles, ow, ow, oh, my neck. Thugzilla, come regained his 54 baby mamas. None of this makes sense. GTA 4 swing set glitch. Classic stuff.
Yes, sir.
The GTA 4 swing set glitch is like some genuine old school good shit. Funneling Sween's cut into the American Heritage Foundation. Bum Strokers Dicula.
Nice.
Whoa, that was weird. Saw Derek sleeping on the train, so I touched him.
I hope not.
Vanasia's Greek God of the Herb. The real Kanye here. Big meaty stinks. Canola Joe reloaded. I have no dick and I must cream. Oh, that's pretty good. Gay actor Rosebud Delicious. Jesus is canon in Dragon Ball Z. Is he? Do they say Jesus in Dragon Ball? I think that might be true.
Probably appears in like the background shot of some episode or something. They're always throwing weird ass character designs in Dragon Ball Z.
I could believe that in like one of the early dubs, like one of the first, like maybe the Ocean dub, like something crazy happens and somebody does say Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
which would imply that Christianity at the very least exists in Dragon Ball, which is a huge thing to contend with.
Could Jesus beat Goku though?
Uh-oh. Is that the allegory?
To be determined. Sorry, I can't. I had a burrito. Kingston's nephew, he makes visits uncomfortable. Heath, get back from the fields. What did I miss? Gids, you should all dress up as an Oreo cookie. No. Why don't Plankton run into the Krusty Krab with a gun and blow everyone's shit smooth off?
It's a good question.
Had that boy leak at Charlie's Court. Predators are Jamaican coded. Kingston is becoming genuinely irritating to listen to. Please fire him now. Done.
It's done. We got the new lineup.
Yeah, we got the new lineup. Shout out Uncle Charlie. Sweeney is the tritagonist. Live action Snark Tank Sween played by Piers Morgan and Derek is Destiny.
Yeah, no thanks.
If I had to do a podcast with Piers Morgan and Destiny, I would simply not do a podcast.
That sounds like a lovely time.
Yeah.
That's honestly, Jesus Christ. You look like you could use a fucking lamp. What does that mean? Hispanic at the disco, cardboard pie.
That's pretty good. I like that.
That was my Twitter name for a while.
It was?
Yeah, long time ago. I came in his gay ass so hard that I made Mpreg reel your next, boys. Department of Horror. Hey, Google. What's the space movie from 1992? Do not Google that. James Bond Octopussy. Ramirez, defend the Burger Town.
I love it.
Classic.
Slur maxing. Every time I'm in the sheets, I hear glug, 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 dig down, need some cum. Amazing. You guys suck. If you don't need pussy from the back, you're not hungry enough. Big Boss, Goon Devil, The Man Without Cum, they protect the land. They have sex with men. Look up Fastenus and Behold. Trust me, Hominid. Animan Studio made Axel the Harem Ball and meme. I don't know what any of that means. Notices bulges, ooh woo, what's this? I can't believe that's still so wild to me. My shoes starting to sound like Candace Owens. Smitchy the Kid honking the femboy clown's balls. Had Charlie Kirk as my name and Patreon, change it to a jumble of letters. Adam ruins everything versus Sheldon Cooper. I have relapsed and I'm now back on the teat. Jesus. Hamster in a sock is now +5 after extensive use. Chris Raygun in his Phil Ox era be like, we only care about killing when we see it in 4K. What's Phil Ox? I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
Who the fuck is that? Yeah, I don't know. Your reference is lost on us. Sorry, Yush. Since Sweeney's the mascot of the group, when are we getting the Sweeney plushie in the shop?
Ooh.
How much do we want to dehumanize him and just make him?
Dude, we make him like that mugshot. That mugshot. We make him look like that.
Oh my god, there was a mugshot that was going viral, dude. Of just this guy who looked like Sweeney, but like a demon.
Yeah,
how
do we find
now
that
I'm
shit?
interested.
I have it printed out somewhere still.
That's right. Oh wait, I can find it on our Instagram real fast. I'm gonna put it up to the fucking camera, dude.
Oh yeah, put it up to the camera. Actman's got to see it. It's crazy. When's Strategy of Revenge 2 coming out? Craig the Canadian. Last page. And then we're home free. Actman commits random acts of violence. Damn, they changed their name pretty quick.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Because I told them you were coming on like maybe like 2 hours before we started.
Oh wow.
Because our questions get ridiculous. There's so many. It's your boy Shawnee D. Cum Shot Gaming. I'm so mad we couldn't get that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Backshots Gaming is another one that I think would be good.
It was also
At Grok, is this true? What happened to the freedom of speech, not freedom of consequences, fellas? It was me, Barry. I'm the one who unwiped your ass just as you pulled your pants up. Is that Reverse Flash? That's
right. Yeah.
Because he, yeah. I don't know anything about DC. I'm only like barely kind of aware. Kim Jong and the Keith Core. What's more dangerous? Shouting, what is this? Shouting the N-word as loud as you can, or whispering we should form a union in an Amazon warehouse?
Hold on, let me see if I can get this to.
Wow.
Oh, it's like it's
focus.
not focused.
Come on, focus a little better.
It's horrifying though, dude.
Is that, what is that supposed to be?
Let me see if I can.
So that's a mugshot from some guy.
See if I can.
That's a mugshot from some guy who's like arrested.
It's like a
for
concept.
some really heinous shit.
Oh my!
But it looks like somebody trying to draw Sween in like the most unflattering way possible.
He lined it up really good with his shoulders too. Holy shit!
It is insane. That screenshot particularly is fucking.
Let me show you what somebody did as a sketch. Aligned. Somebody sketched it.
Oh my god!
That's
turned into the war chief for the horde.
Yeah.
Straight up. Fun fact: the rapture did happen and nobody went. I heard the Rizzler was the only one that actually got through. Those are the reports that I've been hearing. No, why'd you say that? Fumbled a 6'3" trans girl. Should I kill myself? No, but you fumbled. Yeah. You're always fumbling,
again,
guys.
Man.
Like I can't help you. I can't help you.
False security.
Like Charlie Kirk is a moderate because her husband is Christo-fascist by comparison. Maybe. You guys are so fucking insensitive. It's crazy. Maybe Charlie Kirk was just hyper autistic, and his special interest was getting shot in the carotid artery.
That's fucking crazy.
You guys got to relax with
this.
Man. You really abuse this perk, you guys. Gay House be like, I will guest on Snark Tank. Obi-Wan should blow me. Jackson Vernon, so they gave him call him Slippin' Jimmy. Kremlin to Gremlin. Hey player, don't drop the chips and get me some ammo. Chris is in the top 5 wiggers of all time. Jason Voorhees. That's so dumb. That's so stupid.
I like it.
Linkin Park Faint tune.
All right.
What's Faint? How does Faint go again?
That fucking those strings.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, he says after that, I need dick deep inside my hole. Don't pull your cock from me. Have you seen? I don't know. I don't know what line that's from. I haven't heard Faint in a while.
That's the chorus.
Yeah. I can't feel the way
you good, Derek? You're roboting a little.
Am I? Am I still?
You sound crazy.
Help me.
Now you're better. Whatever. We're gonna get through it. We got maybe 2 minutes left. Wage Slay 583. I love the way it barbecues. Love the way you light the gas. Papini Bros presents Crash Course Cybertron History. Rise of he's gone.
Oh shit.
Well,
went too hard on the robot juice.
Oh well. Donk Donkerson, the colon swinging slasher, Mason, the metalhead.
What
I think you can just rejoin it. It'll be fine. Sang Gadioactive at karaoke.
You
sang Gadioactive at karaoke.
Why is my internet fucked up, boy?
Derek, are you still here?
Damn, the internet's out. I don't know what to do, Marcus. Marcus, we needed the GPS to find Maria. Damn, my shit's fucked. Damn, you need to fix it now. Before the giant worm gets here.
You guys are such little bitches for jumping on the Sean Head has committed wrong think bandwagon. We never said that at all. We were reading the names. This is what's funny is that people will read the names. People understand that they can change the name into whatever they want, and I have to say it. And then they'll get to that part of the show, and then they'll get mad about the things that I say. And then they'll address it in the names.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's hilarious.
Using your First Amendment rights right there.
That's awesome. I appreciate the $25, but you're crazy. Can we make a story with our names? Lesbian cunt Charlie Merkt. The JK and JK Rowling is short for gigantic cunt. John Strickland, Merck's 1889. What's your sign? Slippery when wet, dumb bitch. The First Church of Keith David presents Pitbull featuring Kesha. The way Derek mispronounces posthumously hurts. LeBron would have survived. That's crazy. Pre-Roz Blake 896. I got Lockjaw doing graveyard shifts at the dick sucking factory, and all I got was Lockjaw, as previously mentioned.
That's incredible.
Doing a gorilla spin after sex. It's pretty good. Kingston merging with the sand trout to become gay. I don't even know what that means. The dude who bragged about crypto scamming that cancer patient out of his treatment money is 100 times worse than Charlie Kirk. Of course, probably. I mean, crypto scamming a cancer patient is pretty wild. Das Goopy, Percules, Chomo the Clown, please help. I can't seem to get any bookings. Can you give me any advice? Young Colin doing nothing but playing Mega Man 2 for a whole week straight. You back?
I am back.
What happened?
I don't know. It freaked out, but my internet's fine. It was like, oh, reestablishing your connection. And I'm like, my connection there's nothing wrong with it. Everything works perfectly fine. So I just refreshed and I'm good.
Right. We're on the last couple. We're on the last couple now. So I think Memphis was Charlie Kirk. I don't know what that means. Turning pale USA. Jesus. If this was the last, that's why. That's a wild one. That's clever though. To be fair, that is pretty. That's not bad.
Oh my god!
If this is the last page, why is there over an hour left? Too blurry, too Bigfoot. You bloody. Classic video. Love that video. Sorry, Miss Jackson, badly brave. Who is New York Nick? Ethereum needs help lowering his weapon in Halo 3. Proturian Hunter Nafram, and rounding out our list as always, the king of haphazard. Thank you all for your support. Give props to Actman. Go check this stuff out.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, sounds like you guys got a incredible audience out here. What a great sense of humor you guys all have. I love it.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm being serious, by the way. I'm not giving you guys shit or nothing. No, that was great.
So let's put it this way: when Chris had a little controversy, after Charlie Kirk thing, and he just said,
I tweeted. I tweeted thoughts and prayers, and that's it.
Yeah, and the result of that was, when people were trying to get him fired from his other podcast, they got there was more support.
Oh, I think I saw something like that. Yeah, it was like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Is like, man, it's one thing to hate what someone says, but to just be like, all right, now time to make their life worse in real life.
Right. The thing that's crazy is that, like, I don't even say shit that's as crazy as people who are elected. There are people who are elected who are saying crazier shit. So, like, why the fuck? Why are you taking me more seriously than the people you put in charge of, like, fixing everything? Like,
they just found the cause of autism. You know what I mean? Like, they just found that out.
That's
finally
right, Tylenol. I knew it.
It made a lot of sense though, because like I got quite a bit of Tylenol in my Excedrin, essentially my migraine relief. And every time I was like, dude, I really want to get on a train right now. Like every time I pop one, I was just like, trains are so fucking cool. And I couldn't figure out the correlation, but it makes perfect sense now.
No, I always got really into Sonic whenever I would take
Tylenol. Yeah. I was really sick a couple months back, and I was taking these Tylenols, and then all of a sudden I woke up and there was like 12 Lego Star Wars sets in my house. I'm like,
yeah.
Incredible.
It's a sad thing. You take a Tylenol and you know exactly how many marbles are in the jar.
Yeah.
It's a really tragic day.
Something I could never guess right.
Thanks for coming. I appreciate you doing this on short notice.
Of course.
But because I think I only reached out to you like a day or two ago.
Yeah. But I knew it was going to be fun.
Yeah, but yeah, we appreciate you. So go check out Ackman's stuff. You know where to find him. And patreon.com/SnarkTank, SnarkTank.shop, all that jazz. We'll see you next time. Sween will not be here again. We'll find somebody else to rope into this hell. And until then, catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Peace. Cunty queen. I don't know why you now you are, Asian / Middle Eastern. Now you motherfucker will strap up a bomb or some shit. You know, because some of them are bad it, but you a pussy though. You don't want to be white supremacist. You a pussy, Bungie. You ain't gonna do shit with all the tough talk. Nigga, I steal your camel. Fuck out of here.